Hi, welcome to the show. I'm joined by Jose Pereztroika. Jose is the owner of Periscope.com, an investigative journalist in the wristwatch world. It's a one of a kind individuals, and he is on Instagram as Periscope. Guys, I would love if everybody would follow him and also bookmark his website because he's doing truly fantastic job. And he is joining us today to talk about this latest breaking news in the wristwatch world. The Only Watch has been embroiled in a bit of a scandal, and he's been following these news actually since the beginning. So he's going to tell us what it's all about, set everything straight. And Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us so late from where you're located.
It's actually early,
Oh, so
so
early, right?
yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So, but it's already the next day. So I'm actually,
Yeah.
you're connected to the future now. So.
You're one day ahead of us.
Exactly.
So you are early. You're one day early.
Yeah.
So Jose, if you want to introduce yourself to the audience, maybe you've got something that you want to promote before we get into the weeds.
No, I think that you did that already. I think
Yeah, that
that's
was good.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I picked out some articles here. Some were more comprehensive than others. Revolution did a fantastic job. They went in depth. They even talked about the posts by Santa Laura, and but I believe your story starts even before this.
Well, I received, I think it was probably in July of this year, I received information that there was this family with not one but three kids affected from this Duchenne muscular dystrophy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like an exceptional case because in most cases you just have one kid. Even if you have several kids, it's just one kid affected. But in this case, was the all of the youngsters were affected, and so it was an exceptional case. And then someone, an insider, a watch business insider from Ireland, heard about this family, and he knew about OnlyWatch and thought that OnlyWatch could maybe help this family.
Whoops. So, by the way, let me just pause you there because some of the viewers might be
One
curious.
second. One second.
Well, it's early, so the dogs don't know what is going on. But while Jose is taking care of that, I'm just going to
There
tell you
might be
guys.
some ninjas out there, looking for me from auction houses and
There's people after you
dealers.
because, man, you've created quite a list of enemies
I think you
because
can
of
say that.
because of your journalism. But so for those who don't know, Only Watch is a biannual wristwatch auction with the proceeds that go to a research for a disease called DMD for short. Okay, so it's a charitable fund that raised over, I believe, $100 million in the past like
Yes.
20 years. Majority of the money was raised in the past I guess 6 years because the hobby has exploded so significantly. But what Jose is referring to is that uh, Only Watch supposed to help people with this kind of disease. And here was a very unique family that had three kids that had this horrible disease, DMD. So one would you know uh, assume that Only Watch, you know, charity dedicated to helping people with this kind of disease would reach out to them and try and help, with some of the funds, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now you found out about this family. You were informed there was this family that had 3 children, and how did that go? Who reached out to Only Watch and told them about these family, and how did it go?
Okay, so there's this business insider in Ireland, and he knew about this family, and then he reached out to Only Watch via email first.
Mm-hmm.
So he contacted them and told them about the family and how it would be great if Only Watch could help them because they were like really desperate. And that was at the time when the oldest kid started really deteriorating, because this is like an evolving disease, right? Your first, I think it starts from the leg, from the feet onwards, like you lose your muscles, and then you cannot walk, right? So this kid was in that stage where he needed a wheelchair to move around.
Mm.
And so the house was, of course, not prepared for this, and so they had to adapt the house and build some ramps so that the kid could go up and down in a normal fashion. Well, and so this guy reached out to Only Watch because he thought that because it was such an exceptional case, that Only Watch would be interested in in helping this family in some fashion.
Because one would assume, it's easiest to find disease when there is a particularly severe case, right? Like, because this is just me thinking, right? If maybe there's something about this family that makes it unique, that if it was studied, maybe they could tell better than, for a family that gets this disease already rare, correct? Like, it's
Yes.
impossibly rare.
It's
And
1 in 3,500 kids, and mostly boys
yeah.
get disease.
Yeah, so it's completely it's very rare, and here we have this extreme case that could be very beneficial. So when did they reach out? What was when did they reach out, and what happened after
I
this?
think this was in early 2017. That's the moment when this kid really needed a wheelchair, and the house was not prepared at all. And the parents both work as nurses in mental health, So naturally, they want, they didn't earn that much money, so they were desperate. And you also have to think about the 2 other kids. So the younger kids, they were twins, and they had the same disease, and so they would deteriorate at some point as well. So
Yes.
they really needed to have the house adapted for this new situation.
Wow.
And so if you look, which is interesting, is if you look at the Only Project website. This is Only Watch. Go to onlyproject.org.
Oh, okay. Only Project. Uh-huh.
And I think you go to projects and community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here you see they have like 3 pillars here. They have the first pillar is, of course, all the money that is raised, or most of the money that is raised goes to research. So this Only Watch thing is Only Watch is the auction, right? And then
Right.
you have like this this Monegasque association that was created by Luc Petavino, who is the initiator of this whole thing. And that's basically the association in the background. And then you have this onlyproject.org website where they basically explain what this association does, right?
I understand.
And so the Only Watch is basically how they raise the funds, the Only Watch auction. And so here in this website you have like this 3 pillar system where they explain how how they the funds go mainly to research to find a cure for this disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have like the second pillar is funding of research projects within universities, hospitals, and public institutions. And so then they have the third pillar, which is funding of material for local patients and families, wheelchairs, mobility aids, and vehicle adaptations. So this is like what one would think. Yeah, I mean they have the possibility for direct help.
Yes.
So now it turns out, I think this is new that they basically restricted this to local patients in Monaco. So before I didn't see that it was for local patients. This is like a new thing.
Would it
And
be possible to use a tool like a Wayback Machine to see what was written
yeah,
before?
we would have to go back to
Yeah.
this. But anyway, I
But
mean, it's
also, like, I think it's like, why does it have to be restricted in Monaco? That doesn't make any sense.
no, because this is like an international project, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you raise funds from all over the world. From what I heard, the most expensive watch that was ever sold at auction, that was this the Patek Philippe in titanium that was sold for, I think, 31 million
Jesus.
at an ONLYWATCH auction. I think that one went to Thailand, I think. And
Right.
there's also like some rumors there that it was basically bought with questionable money. I mean, like money laundering and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, the watch world is unfortunately, it's riddled with all kinds of money related scandals.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't understand, like, how can they collect money from all around the world and then limit it to just helping people in Monaco with this extraordinarily rare disease? It's
yeah,
red. I mean, I'm getting all kinds of red flags here. I don't know if
that's
even
very questionable, I think.
you know
And
you would expect from a charity like this, Jose, that if a family with a severe case as this one with 3 kids, that they would try to go out of their way to make an exception in some way, right? To help.
yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, because it is such an exceptional case, and I think it would also be a case, to raise awareness with an extreme case, right? And
Hmm.
from what I understand, this guy reached out to them. He was like, I mean, he received an answer. Yeah, we can look into it and stuff, but they never really, did a first step to really get in touch with the family or whatever. It was always like, it's interesting. We will let Luc Petavino, who is the founder of all this, know, and there nothing came out of it. So the guy was basically ignored.
He was
And then he
ghost.
tried. I think he also tried on Facebook to get in touch with them, and through other channels, and it was always the same. But they had his contact details, right?
Hmm.
So at one point, this guy is driving, and then he receives a phone call from Luc Petavino, and then he stops, of course, so that he can focus on the phone call. And Luc Petavino tells him how the funds are go to research, and there's nothing they can do, and that please stop bothering them. I mean, he
Wow.
basically told him to fuck off, right?
Wow.
And that's just crazy, especially when you keep in mind that Luc Petavino started this whole thing because his own son Paul had this disease, right?
Yes.
And I think Paul died in 2017, so he went through the whole process, of seeing the kid deteriorating, losing his muscles in the legs, having to use a wheelchair, having to the whole his whole life changed, right?
Yeah.
And so having to see all this and finally seeing how his own son died, and then you have this family with 3 kids, not one but 3. I mean, that's extreme. And you can you can put yourself in their shoes, how hard it must be for them, right?
Mm.
And just this behavior to totally ignore them and finally to tell them to fuck off, right? I mean, that's just, I think I think that's a very emotional case. I mean, I looked at this whole thing from this perspective. I mean, Santa Laura, for instance, looked at it from the numbers point of view. When I received the information about this family and that they had been ignored and basically rejected, a few days later, I was contacted by Santa Laura, who asked me whether I had ever seen some numbers published about ONLYWATCH, where all the funds go, how everything is set up, and there was nothing. He reached out to ONLYWATCH for audits to see whether they could provide something, and he was ignored. Nobody replied to him, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and so we started thinking that there were like so many open questions. Me from the more emotional point of view of this family, and him from the business point of view. I mean, he's a Singaporean high-end collector who collects mostly like unique pieces. I mean, there are watchmakers who made unique pieces for him. And he's also like a supercar collector. He has this man cave in Singapore with a Koenigsegg and other amazing cars in the Lamborghinis and stuff. I mean, just and such a humble guy, He's really great. I mean, he's so with his feet on the ground and really a nice guy. And so we started thinking how to what we could do to basically try to get this ONLYWATCH to show us numbers. So what's going on, right?
Well, they're a charity, so I mean,
yeah,
I believe.
Are they a charity? I mean, actually, they are an association. That's also interesting because they are not a foundation. A foundation would be the charity, more or less, the setup for a charity. But this is an association of parents and parents of kids who have this disease mainly. But it's of course controlled by Luc Petavino, and it resides in Monaco.
But are they tax free? How is this organization structured? Because if they're running this as a charity, they're with with paying zero taxes, there should be a way to audit such organizations. Like they should be providing the information should probably be public, correct? Because they're taking, they're using public like places and locations and services to run this operation.
Yes. So basically what they said at some point when we started asking questions, so they reacted. That's also interesting. They reacted immediately. It's like, the first moment that we started asking questions, like with stories on Instagram, it wasn't even a post or something. It was just stories, right? That are gone after 24 hours. And they reacted almost immediately, like publishing all kinds of stories, like like videos of researchers telling how they work for ONLYWATCH for the whole project.
So they weren't directly like responding to you, like they weren't. They were indirectly, right? They were just like because you were asking questions, they were showing these videos. Normal people who are subscribed to ONLYWATCH, they wouldn't even know why, or suddenly out of the blue they're showing all this extra stuff, correct?
No, I think they really went into saying that basically the questions had been raised and now they are basically explaining, but they didn't explain anything. They just copy pasted stuff from the website. So there was not more information in there than we had already found on the website. So it was just, but I found it interesting because it's like, it shows you how defensive they are. I mean, it's like you start asking some questions and like almost immediately they react to it. It's not like a company that is like confident of itself, that does everything proper and stuff. They wouldn't answer. I mean, imagine you start questioning Rolex. That's also a foundation, right? And then they would crumble so fast. I mean, Rolex would never ever reply to anything like that,
Yes, they would completely ignore everything and wait to go through whatever the legal means.
Exactly.
Yeah, these guys are apparently. I mean, This is a
Yeah, they
room like
started
someone who's
panicking,
panicking.
I
Yeah.
think, because nobody had ever asked these questions, you know.
Yes.
And that's also interesting. I mean, so many famous Swiss watch brands who participate in these auctions for so many years. I mean, this has been going on since 2005.
Hmm.
And nobody has ever asked what is happening with all these funds. They all took at face value what Luc Petavino was telling them. I mean, even even now they announced an audit. I think it will be done in early 2024, probably around March or April or something.
Hmm.
And I mean, you see there that they never did any audit. I mean, that's the first time that they do that.
Yes, this is incredible that an organization can call itself or create such illusion of trust, and that nobody ever questions it. Like, these are giant organizations. I mean, AP, Patek Philippe. I mean, they're worth billions of dollars, and here they're giving such valuable watches to Only Watch without getting some type of report of all the spendings that this company has been doing to ensure that the funds have been actually allocated where they were promised to be allocated in the past. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, unseen before. I mean, you would
It's
expect.
but you know what? I mean, there's a little bit of this confirmation bias. I feel like, maybe Puravino has convinced one of the first brands like AP. Maybe he spoke. I don't know, but maybe he convinced one, and then the other brands just blindly followed because they saw, oh, this guy's following, so he must be trusted. Let's not even go into that,
Yeah,
into the
that's
the paperwork.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also having gone through this whole thing himself, with his kid dying and everything. I mean,
Yes.
this didn't happen until 2017, but I think being affected by this case himself gave him a lot of credibility. Like,
Right.
this guy is really knows what he's talking about, and yeah. So what I wanted to say is, you know. So this has been going on since 2005, and it is possible that they never did any audits and stuff, because they were just amateurish, because they all of a sudden this thing exploded right in 2017. They sold, or earlier they sold this Patek Philippe for 31 million, and then the next year they raised 28 million, and so this thing exploded, and all of a sudden they are sitting on a war chest of like 100 or even more million euros, right? And it is possible that they were just amateurish, right? I mean, it doesn't need to be nefarious, but they were just no numbers published, right? And nobody had ever asked the questions, no brand. I mean, we are talking about Swiss brands, and Swiss, you assume that the Swiss are ultra correct in everything, right? That there's no
Right.
corruption, that there's that they, I mean, if you go to Switzerland, everything is like perfectly set up. I mean, everything works perfect, which is very interesting. And in this case, is just complete wild west. There's a guy who claims to put all the money into research, and nobody's like checking whether that's true or not. I mean, that's just fantastic.
And but
Fantastical.
I actually I kind of understand why nobody wanted to question, because it takes really a lot of guts to question something. Like, imagine if out of all the brands, like AP, which is, I commend AP for having the balls to pull the watch back. That took a lot of guts, and and belief, because if um if you know everything is okay and Only Watch, their only fault is not being able to do their accounting correctly, right? AP is going to take a hit, because, hey, here they are undermining basically AP is responsible, will be blamed for being responsible, pushing this auction back by a year, and denying these kids the money that would have otherwise been raised by this auction. So that it's very difficult decision, but it's on Only Watch for, like, I understand the immature-ish, immature-ish is not an excuse. The day they come into a fortune, they hire some, a tax person to work at their office. Every corporation, certain, or association of certain, of certain, that has certain amount of money, should
Yeah.
have someone full-time working on all the accounting.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's also something that when you do all this, you want to put it out there, right? You want to show that you're. I mean, it's like in advertising, there's this thing, like do good and talk about it, right? So these guys are just talking about it because they are not demonstrating that they are doing any good. I mean, it's just there's no numbers.
They're not
just
providing
saying,
receipts.
Investing the money in here and there, and there's just no way to check. There's no check and balances here, which is like, as I said, it could be just amateurish that they saw themselves all of a sudden confronted with this huge amounts of money and they just didn't plan with it,
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, when you reach a certain size, you have to start with all this, and you have to, also you want to show. I mean, you want to show to people that the money is really going where you say it's going, and
Right.
And that's just not, it's just not. It wasn't a priority of them. They just said, "Oh, we are investing money in research," but you didn't know in what research and what they are doing and how this research, whether they are investing into I read earlier, like in universities and stuff, that research this whole thing. But now it turns out, after they released some information, it turns out that they basically, mainly invested in companies that they set up themselves, that they basically own themselves.
So this this association that collects money to cure this really rare disease is donating this money to companies that those same individuals now own, and so that those their own companies are doing this research. How do we know they're actually researching anything, or that their research is of any value? Because I mean, this is a very rare, very difficult, most likely to cure disease. I mean, how do we know they're just not wasting? They're just not collecting, the money and doing no research. It's just
I
saying that
mean,
they're
yeah.
doing research.
Until now, there was nothing out
Yeah.
there. They didn't show any numbers. They didn't show, how these startups that they created operated, who was behind them and stuff. So, but now that we have more information, we know that they created this first startup that was the Syntena AG in Switzerland in 2012, and let me see how much money went. 14 million euros went to that company. And then in 2014, they created a second startup in France, which is this SQY Therapeutics.
Oh.
And 27 million so far went to that startup. And the way it's set up, it's that, this SQY, the Syntena AG in Switzerland is very, it's not. We don't know exactly how that is set up, also because of Swiss laws,
Mm-hmm.
But one in France is like 49% is owned by the Monegasque Association for, owned by Luc Petavino, or controlled by Luc Petavino. And then Luc Petavino himself has 4,000 shares. His daughter has another 4,000 shares, and together, the 49% plus this 8,000 shares, they sum up to almost 3/3 of the company. So basically, because Luc Petavino controls the association, and he also has some extra shares. He basically controls the company with almost 3/3, but with
in the type of a hidden way.
Yes. So with less of 3/3 ownership of the company, they don't have to respond to certain things that come, certain questions, but they still retain control of the company, right? And that's just
Jose. This sounds shady. This sounds so incredibly shady. Like
exactly.
it's like they're trying to. They're just like doing crime by the book to get away with it, like 49% here, and then if we control just these 4,000 shares each, then we own the entire company. It sounds criminal. I don't know if it is, but this sounds like
Yeah, it just
too good to
doesn't.
be true.
It doesn't look good, It
No.
looks like shady. It's very strange, And then they come up with all these excuses that they created the company in a certain way to basically profit from taxes and stuff. And when you look at the numbers that they have published so far, you see that the company had always a huge amount of debt. So I think at the moment they have like a debt of like maybe, I don't remember whether it's like 14 or 18 million in debt, And so you start questioning, so where did all the money go? Why is there a debt? I mean, these guys are sitting on 100 million euros, and this company has a huge amount of debt, and we don't know exactly. All this debt could be a way to siphon out money out of all this, out of.
Why is he like? Is there really no other lab that researches this DMD, this disease? Why is ONLYWATCH? Huh?
There's many labs who are working on this, and there's also already a number of medication that has been FDA approved. So basically, it went through all the trials already. So ONLYWATCH claims that they have now one medication that they started the clinical trials. So they are in the first phase, in the very first phase of clinical trials, right? Which, compared to other medication that is out there that has been FDA approved already, is still nowhere. I mean, the first stage of medical trials is nothing, right? I mean, they have to go through so many more steps. And so they put this out there like, but we already developed something and it's already in clinical trials. It has been approved for clinical trials, but it's not really, when you look at other medications that is already FDA approved, you see that, and what is also interesting.
You're saying the research that this particular lab is doing doesn't seem to be very promising. I mean, because what's the point of investing money into a lab? It's to eventually, I don't know, sell the research and make a lot of money on the patented medication that was developed. But you're suggesting that it doesn't seem like this particular lab is going to have any type of breakthrough.
Well, we don't know yet, but the thing is, they are putting it out there as we already started clinical trials, but
right.
I mean, they have been researching since they set up this whole thing in 2005, right? That's almost 20 years ago, and they invested money first in other labs and other institutions, and then they created their own biotech labs, right?
Biotech lab that has suspiciously the amount of shares owned by Putovino, correct?
Yes. So what you you're going to right now, suggesting that there's at some point, if you find really a cure for this could be like
it could be big money,
money printing machine, right?
Right.
So what is also interesting is that in 2020 they changed the form of the company basically from a limited liability form to a shareholder or easier to invest form of companies. So basically, in preparation that if they would find a cure for something. I mean, that's my interpretation.
Okay.
Investors could basically invest easier in the money and in the company, and that it would become this, this huge investment thing, because right now it's set up as a non-profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are also saying, the way we set up the startup, there's also I think 4 families that own shares in this SQY lab. The way they set it up, what they say is just it has this non-profit character, and they want to keep it that way. But if they want to keep it that way, why did they change the form of the company in 2020? Probably, in foresight that they were going to start clinical trials and stuff, so that the company at some point would become very profitable, right?
2020 was also when they start really, really big money started coming into OnlyWatch.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, are they revealing the names of the people who won the watches? Because I'm finding it to be very interesting, because what happens what if there is conflict of interest? What if the watch buyers are also investors at the same time in the SQY Therapeutics? When these people want to bid up the uh, the auction prices, because they will know they know that the money is going to be cycled back into SQY Therapeutics, and maybe it's going to grow, grow the potential of their investment, going for more money. Then they can also take the watch that they win and sell it for even more money to collectors. So there's so many conflicts of interest.
Absolutely.
Do you know, is there transparency in names?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's only rumors who bought the watch. As I mentioned earlier, there's this rumor that this Thai guy bought the most expensive wristwatch ever sold at auction. That was the Patek Philippe in titanium. I think it was sold in 2018 or something like that. So that's also an interesting story, because basically prior to that, the most expensive wristwatch sold at auction was the Paul Newman Daytona, right? The Paul Newman.
Correct.
And so of course, I mean, Rolex beat Patek there on the most expensive wristwatch, and Patek wanted to regain that title, and of course they did it with this ONLYWATCH auction.
What was the watch? What was the name of the watch again? Sorry.
It's I don't know the name,
the
reference number, but it's made in titanium. So
it's Patek Philippe.
Yes, Patek Philippe.
Is it this one? Let's see.
I think it is that one. Yeah, I mean, it's not even that great actually.
Yeah, but there's some stuff here that the collectors really like. It's got the properties.
Yeah, of course.
That's what makes these things special. See, maybe it's this Hodinkee article. There we go. Okay, so yeah, no, not the 6.2 million.
No, that's not the one.
No, that's not it. There has to be a most expensive. Maybe I'll just put most expensive watch sold on OnlyWatch auction. Let's just go by this way. Patek Philippe. Here we go. Grandmaster Chime for 31.19 million. That's insane. Oh, okay. So it was this one, Barons. Oh my god. Okay, I understand. Okay, so what happened with this watch? What's the
rumor is that it was bought by a Thai guy who who bought it with dirty money. I mean, that's also a thing, that there's no check and balances where the money is coming from. I mean, they're trying to avoid money laundering since for for a few years now. I mean, they're checking a little bit better than before, but it's still, it's just so difficult to have proper oversight there.
Right. So not only are they keeping the names anonymous of the winners of these auctions, right? They're also um they're not really checking who they get the money from, right?
Yes.
That's it's a lot of red flags, guys.
I mean, of course, if you want to bid on this stuff, you have to register, right? So you probably will have to, send them an ID and everything. So they need to make sure that you will be able to pay this kind of money if you win, right? I mean, that's what they are probably most interested in.
Yeah,
To see if you have the funds.
and this auction, OnlyWatch is partnered with Christie's. They're going through Christie's, or who is their auction?
Yeah, for a few years it has been with Christie's. I think it was also with Philips at some point. So they use different auction houses. I think now for the past few years it has been with Christie's.
Oh, I understand. Okay, so they get this money, and we don't know where it's going. And most of it, apparently, right now is still like they're just holding it.
Yeah, so they are saying that they are still sitting on 50 million euros that they haven't spent, and that they are basically keeping it safe because they know that in future future trials the rolling out of the medication and everything will be a very expensive undertaking, and so they are keeping the money basically in preparation for all this. That's what they say.
That sounds very convenient. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you have any questions in the chat, let us know. Put your questions. I'm gonna bring them up. Just a quick reminder to upvote the live stream, and watch out for an article. Jose, are you working on an article to look further into these allegations?
Yes, I'm working on an article, but it will be more focused on basically how the mainstream watch media completely avoided this topic in a similar fashion like the Omega Speedmaster scandal. Like nobody talked about it until basically like the mainstream news media started bringing out articles. I mean, in this case, it's started in the same fashion like with the Omega Speedmaster. Basically, the Neue Zürcher Zeitung in Switzerland from Zurich, they published an article also asking questions and also like saying that it's very opaque, the whole thing, and that basically this association needs to be more transparent, right? And so after that, I think Bloomberg also wrote something, and several other newspapers in Switzerland, Le Temps and other newspapers, they started questioning this whole thing. And it's just interesting that this is just another instance where you see like, this is about watches, and it should be like the main focus of the mainstream watch media to really talk about this, because people are interested. I mean, we could see when we published our stories and Santa Laura published some posts on it, and there was a huge interest on this topic, right? I mean, people really wanted to know, and it was like it was intransparent. Nobody knew what was going on with all of this. Nobody had ever asked these questions, and so from a logical point of view, the mainstream watch media should be interested in shining light on all this and at least asking questions. But of course, the mainstream watch media was invited by Luc Petavino and by this whole organizations and by Christie's to this fantastic champagne and caviar events, where they are treated like kings, right? And so they just love that. So, and of course they cannot ask questions because otherwise they would be banned from the next events, right? So that's how it works, right? I mean, the whole thing is just so corrupt, and it took the mainstream media to basically come out first with articles until some outlets, published some articles. I mean, you mentioned Revolution before. That's
Yes.
also a very interesting thing, and also the moment it came out, because it came out basically like one day before OnlyWatch announced that the auction would be postponed, right?
Yeah.
Now, Waco, who is the founder of Revolution, he was planned as a commentator for the OnlyWatch auction, right?
Wow.
So he was part of this whole thing. So of course, when they decided to postpone the auction, he knew about it. So once it was safe for him, basically to put something out there, he did this interview with Santa Laura, and in order to pretend that he has some kind of journalistic integrity. But he was part of this whole thing because he was planned as a commentator. So he had this insider information that the auction would be postponed, and only then he comes out with this interview.
It's almost like they had this ready to go. Probably they've been following this internally for some time.
No, no,
But
no, no. They did. The interview was only done after he knew exactly that in my opinion, that the auction would be postponed. That it would be safe for him to publish this without having any negative effects.
it's a bit of a defense for him, right? Like
Yeah, I mean,
he
my
gained a little bit
opinion. In my
credibility.
opinion, he wanted to pretend to have journalistic integrity,
Mhm.
because if he really had interest in all this, he
Damage
knew about
control.
this way before, and he didn't. Why didn't he publish something? A week earlier. When
Right.
2 weeks earlier, when we started questioning this whole thing. No, he waited until it was safe for him.
Right. Right. Interesting. Yeah, because he needed to save face. He would. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Waco. He likes to get involved in this kind of stuff. So I could see him being swayed. I have yet to meet this Mr. Putavino, who might be just a very charismatic guy who is able to kind of get all these watch collectors to sympathize with the cause and make present it in such a way that questioning anything is it would be uncouth. How can anyone question um whether a charity is a true charity? I mean, everyone's gonna gonna think that you come off like a dick, right? It's so I get it. I get it. This Mr. Putavino sounds like an interesting character. Do we know anything more about him besides the fact that he had this child? Where does he come from?
I think originally Italian. I mean, the name sounds Italian, right? So I think I think his father moved to Monaco at some point, and he was born in Monaco. So there's, I mean, Monaco is basically at the border with Italy there. So a lot of people from Monaco actually have Italian names. Even the ruling family, the Grimaldis, right? Grimaldi is also an Italian name. So the Grimaldis were originally pirates, and they took over the rock of Monte Carlo. Monte means like mount, right? So they took over the rock there. They occupied it, basically took it from France or something, and then they all occupied it, and then they stayed there and made it their own. It's a very interesting story how this whole Monte Carlo thing started. But and it has been a tax haven for the longest time. I mean, from what I know, all of the crooked dealers that I am writing about, who try to sell all these fake watches and made-up watches and stuff, they are all located in Monaco now because because of tax purposes.
Interesting. So it's like we're adding more and more layers of suspicion to this whole charity in watches, because I don't understand like I understand a watch auction for some type of a charitable cause, but just the way, but then it's a cause. I understand like what for example Louis Vuitton is doing, right? It's a charity. They're helping, they're helping to sell some watches by independent watchmakers, and then they send that money back to independent watchmakers to help them grow production. Okay, that's that sounds legitimate. That so like someone who's coming into Only Watch auction would expect, I think, something similar. That the money from this auction would go to, I don't know, benefit some watchmaking schools, benefit some watchmaking houses. I don't know, some type of something watch related, and not something involved in bioengineering and trying to cure a disease, but then it's structured in such a way that that the company that's doing said research is also the guy who's promoting the auction. It's just shady. It's shady,
Yeah.
Jose.
What is also interesting is that they changed their mission statement. So I think originally the mission statement of this
Mhm.
whole thing was to find a cure for the Duchenne muscular dystrophy. But in the meantime, they changed it and expanded it to all kinds of, finding cures for all kinds of things, rashes and whatever. So I think, I mean, what is possible is that during the development of this medication, that they came
Yeah.
across some other, that they found something that can help for other diseases or whatever. Right. That they see a huge opportunity here to make tons of money, right? I mean, like,
Right. In clinical research, it's often like whenever like these researchers do something, they researching one type of disease, and but that medication they create usually has side effects that actually cures a different disease. I believe, right?
exactly.
Like right now, there's some weight loss medication that's really popular in Hollywood. Um, I forget which one it is, but it's supposed to be. Man, do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Oh, damn, maybe someone in the audience will tell us, because it's used for weight loss, but the intended purpose is something else, and it's just like people are Ozempic. You hear about this Ozempic stuff?
no,
Yeah, so it's like yeah, it's for okay, so there we go. So it's a diabetes medication that that side effect is weight loss, and the weight loss is so significant that most of the people who take it, they're not taking it for to treat diabetes, is to lose weight. So here is a perfect example of how a medication, a one you know a, while researching diabetes medication, researchers came up with this medication that could cure, that could help with weight loss. And it
yeah.
seems that maybe these guys stumbled into something similar, right?
I think
Because
so. I mean,
they
why
changed.
change the
Yeah,
mission statement of the company, right?
right.
And also, why change the whole form of the company to make it more easier for investors to invest
Mm-hmm.
in a company? I mean, to open it up and make it like a a huge profit center. I think this is in the direction that we are thinking, is like they are basically using money that was sent to them, to find a cure for this disease, but they are using it basically to create all kinds of things that will make them extremely rich,
Right.
So there's just, with this whole thing, there's just so many conflicts of interest everywhere, and it's just, yeah, I
Right.
mean, it's just so opaque, the whole thing.
At the very least, when you have a relationship like this, like this type of symbiotic relationship, people who are involved in one company should be barred from any type of involvement in the other, or even people in the close proximity to those people, right? Like
Yeah.
this is just ripen for conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And we know how I know how people are. I've met a lot of people around this show, and it always ends up like this, if there's a financial incentive to kind of game the books, that's people usually gonna end up doing it. It's best to have zero relationship. I think, if in my this is my opinion, if Mr. Patavino wants to get involved, in raising money for a charity that, or for a cause of curing DMD, he should be donating that all the money to companies that he's not personally involved in. Like he can't be biasly choosing to just donate all the money to because in a way he's creating a bit of an unfair advantage for his lab, because I don't know how other labs get funding, but uh he's getting millions from these watch sales.
Yeah.
Makes no
Yeah.
sense.
It's just interesting, the whole thing. And then there's this portal for this disease, where they basically list all the clinical trials that are going on at the moment. They also list the ones that have been FDA approved and everything. So basically, if you're affected, if you're an affected family, you can apply, to become a test subject for all these clinical trials. And interestingly, SQY is not listed there. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why aren't they listed there?
Question. I mean, that's like an international portal for international clinical trials on this disease, and SQY is not listed there.
So it's I mean, there's always a possibility. I mean, if he's funneling this money to his own company there, and they're saying that they're doing all this clinical trial, has anybody visited the lab? Okay, so like, has anyone, like, we know that nobody has audited the Only Watch, right? And now we're finding out that Only Watch is sending fundings to the Only project. Now, is there a way to audit the Only project and also audit the SQY researchers? Like, how do we know that that footage that they put on on the website with all the clinical trials is not just like a fucking B-roll, just a random lab somewhere,
What's interesting is I sent you this off investigation article that was published in France. There were like two. The moment the first questions were raised, some two investigative journalists from France started looking into this whole thing, and so they published their article just recently, this off investigation. I sent you a translation of it, and in there they also realized that basically the SQY Therapeutics was located, or the official address was basically like a private address of this Luis Garcia guy who is a doctor, who is involved in all this. But he was also involved in the Swiss company that was created in 2012. And interestingly, why did they transfer basically everything from the Swiss company to that French company, and focus then on the French company? And then you have, like, under this address, you had like this Luis Garcia was, I think it was a private address, and also the lab was addressed there. And then you have also like this woman who is also involved in this whole thing. And now it turns out that this woman uses the Garcia name in her own name in some communication. So this woman is married to Luis Garcia, and she has a real estate company that is also located at the same address. So it's just like the whole thing is just so, the moment you start looking like really, really in detail into this whole thing, I think, and I think this is what AP saw. AP was the first brand to jump off, right? I mean, they didn't give any explanation. A lot of people reached out to AP to ask what the reasons were for them to drop out. But they said no comment, right? So we don't really know what AP saw, what others didn't, you know. So, but I think it's interesting that they, you know, so directly said we are out, you know, at some point. I mean, that's just very interesting. What did AP see, what others didn't?
Yeah, I wonder if they hired, you know, some kind of someone to look into the books, some kind of lawyer, and maybe once
Yeah.
they saw. But I wonder why wouldn't they share that information then?
Yeah,
Like
maybe
if
they
they
don't just
know.
want to, I mean, this is already a big story, and maybe they just don't want to create more trouble than necessary, because it also reflects very badly on everybody. I mean, you know, all the watch brands, they never asked any questions. They never asked for numbers, you know. They just took everything at face value. I mean, of course, this Luc Petavino is probably very charismatic, as you said, and he can like wrap everybody around his finger and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, I mean, but that's what con men do, you know,
Yes.
right? That's the MO of con men, actually.
I,
So,
I've been exposed to like 2 con men already. I can't like because we already had a $500,000 con man, the Wizard, then a $5 million con man, the Timepiece Gentleman. I mean,
oh yeah,
I just hope this Luke Putavino does not become the $50 million con man.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, you know, as I said earlier, I mean, this doesn't need to be necessarily something nefarious. I mean, maybe the intentions are good, and maybe they was just very amateurish. They were not prepared for this kind of money, and they didn't see any reason for, you know, for wasting money into audits and stuff, because they wanted to invest all the money into research. But
yeah, I
this
mean,
whole thing just looks very shady, you know, with all the
but
companies and the ownership of the companies, and
conflict of interest.
yeah, conflict of interest, and then
Yeah,
this
it
addresses, you know, with this,
yeah.
and
It might
there's
not be the thing is it might not be like none of this might end up being, you know, illegal. This could be all done by the books with the lawyers, and maybe this is the only way to get some type of funding to cure a disease like that. Maybe Putavino had to do this. You know, maybe this is like he really wanted to do it, and you know, this was the only way he could find to fund his laboratory to cure this disease in, you know, in such a, because people don't want to donate money directly into the cause, but if they get something in return, like a wristwatch, maybe he I mean, this is a genius kind of system, if anything, right?
absolutely,
To sell a product, an exclusive wristwatch, one of a kind. Okay, you're creating a piece of art here, and in this convoluted way, you're also funding um, research for this extraordinarily rare disease. Maybe the guy is just a freaking genius, but you know, maybe, I mean, he's just the one guy. Maybe he's not able to keep all the records straight, and he's gonna need to fix it up. He could be just, you know, doing everything by the book.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Vimal Nair, he summarizes, he says, uses the
I
charity
think
to raise money for his startup, and he bought the silence of watch exclusives by spending millions on parties. F. Pijoran coming out is a friendship he bought. It's yeah, it's, you know, but how do you make people who are of that caliber spend millions to buy these watches? You have to throw these lavish parties. And you know, I understand, it's on the one hand it's obscene, and but on the other hand it kind of goes to a really good cause. it, it's it,
yeah.
it's conundrum. It's a really, it's weird, it's
Yeah,
weird.
I think it will be interesting to see the audit once it's out there, you know, and I just, you know, people need to be cautious, not to, you know, not to think, oh, must be something nefarious. I think, you know, we really need to wait for this audit and see what we, you know, what it explains to us. But
Exactly.
there's also with this audit, there's another story. I mean, this KPMG, I think, is the company that will do the audit, and this Miss Regazzoni, who is going to do the audit. I'm not sure whether she's like working for KPMG or if it. I don't understand how the connection there is, but they put it out there like the KPMG, and so it turns out that she's the auditor for many of the Prince Alberts from Monaco's company, and she was also the auditor or worked together with Luc Betabino when he was doing this super yacht events in Monaco. Prior to ONLYWATCH, he was like creating this yacht events in Monaco, and she was somehow involved in this whole thing. So she's not, she's basically she's not really independent. I mean,
Right.
we were expecting if they say we are going to do an audit to have someone who is really independent and maybe have two companies, that separately from each other do these audits to really make sure that this stuff is proper. Now you have this person who is somehow involved with all of them or has been involved with all of them doing the audit. So how can we be sure that the audit that will come out, is properly done?
That's right. This is a red flag right off the bat. If OnlyWatch, if I don't know if the people from OnlyWatch are watching this show and they still I think they should change the auditor because like Jose is saying, there's conflict of interest. This audit that comes out nobody will ever trust it. Oh, and welcome Diego to the show.
Yeah. Hey, I think what shocks me is that an audit is even needed. A company that's working with millions of dollars in the hundreds of millions of dollars, I would assume, should already have all this documentation in place, right?
That's
right.
right.
I don't know anything about charities, but I know that if I was taking money from people and I was saying that it was being used for this, I'd be ready for the moment that somebody says, "Where'd the money go?"
Oh, okay. So, hey, America is saying it's not uncommon for a startup biotech to use a founder's house as the official registry address. That's right. My company address is actually also my address. Okay. They'll contact with an independent lab to do the bench work. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. But still, I mean, that's the point. The point here, it's not like if this was a different founder, what's shocking here is the fact that OnlyWatch, the company that fundraises, is the same company that it donates the money to, right? And this is it's set up in such a way that the auction house is supposed to be some kind of a charitable trust, but it's going to fund this business that the guy has created, on which he could potentially make billions. So
it's like if I said, "Look, I'm going to start selling Carolyn Martin pens, right? It's all going to charity. I run a hamburger joint, and all the proceeds go to charity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep selling these pens until my hamburger joint becomes so popular that I'm going to sell it for $1 billion, and then I'm gone." It's no different than that,
right?
In my opinion. I mean, I think that's as simple as it gets. Why? I mean, I would like to think that first and foremost, the gentleman is focused on finding a cure for that disease. But as Jose said, they've kind of changed focus. They're not hyper focused on Duchenne's now. It's anything and everything. Two, if this guy was really that, it sounds insensitive because his child died from it, but I keep going back to that. They didn't help that family.
Right. Which is one of the 3 pillars, but they say that they're only helping people in Monaco, which is, again, that's ridiculous. They have $100 million. They surely could have, spent some of it to, help literally the cause that they're so saying they're passionate about.
It could have come out of their pockets. Like if they said, "We have strict rules on where this money's spent," I think maybe 4 or 5 people could have said, let's just do this out of the goodness of our heart. Forget the foundation. We're just going to send the check.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know what kind of wealth Mr. Putavina, what kind of wealth he's commanding. I mean, is he a rich guy? I don't know anything about this guy, and there seems to be very little information of where he's coming from and the way. I mean, this sounds like the behavior. Like, think about it. He's, on the one hand, I understand parents of, if they lost a child to this kind of rare disease, but he seems to be using this, for profit, because the company that he's creating, that research, is not going to be, the money is not going to be donated to public. They're not, like, even though it's the public from around the world that's buying the watches, the money is going to go literally to him,
right?
Which makes the cause less noble to me.
Jose, do you know by chance how many employees ONLYWATCH has? Are they paid year round, as this is only a 2-time event? Their watches are auctioned off at Christie's, so it's not like they have to pay for a venue. I'm just hoping there's not like 10 people on the payroll making $300,000 a year to spend their time 5 months out of every 2 years actually traveling and showing these watches.
I don't think so. I think there's very limited. I think there's maybe Luc Bettavino, his daughter, and then probably some office workers, 1 or 2.
Okay.
I think what they always said is that 99% of the money goes into the charity, and only 1% is for admin costs, operational costs, which is already, we know already that's just not.
That's not possible even.
Yeah, it's just not the case.
It's not the case, and also that's too good to be true. No charity has such a small operating cost.
No.
I don't think even.
No.
Could that explain? Could the limited employees, the fact that this guy, it's him and his daughter, could that explain? And I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, Jose, but that may explain why these guys weren't ready for an audit. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I was cautioning before. Maybe these guys just saw themselves all of a sudden with this huge amount of money, and they were just not ready for it. I mean, they were just, also the whole thing, how they reacted to us questioning ONLYWATCH. It's like, it's not the reaction you would expect from someone who is professional. So they really saw themselves that they were like so defensive, and then they started putting information out there from the website, and then more questions were raised, and then they put out a statement that raised even more questions. So the whole thing was very unprofessional. So of course, it could be that they were just not prepared for this huge success that they had, and right. And also they were not prepared for people questioning them.
So I spoke with someone in the community. I said, what do you think? Is this illegal? Did they break any rules? And he says, I don't think it's illegal what they're doing, but it's definitely shady. I tend to agree. Like you were explaining it earlier, Tim, this guy, the money goes to a company which he is the majority shareholder of indirectly, right? Mm-hmm. Because what is it, 49%, and then he's got 8,000 shares outside with people he knows. So really,
it's literally the Trump phone call where he said, "I need to find 11,780 votes to find me an exact number that he needs to win." So it's in the same way. Luc Putavino has the exact number of shares that he has the controlling power of this company.
What really caught my attention was AP pulling out. Right. That's not a small thing. Mm-hmm. I think there's things that AP might have access to that potentially Jose doesn't. There may be something even deeper, something scandally and something that unforgivable.
Maybe
because if it's just that this guy's bad at business and sucks at keeping records, I don't know if that's something you pull out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to expand on in this in your investigation of OnlyWatch, Jose?
No, I think we talked about most of the relevant things that we found. You know.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Guys, in the chat, if you have any questions, put them there, and we're going to answer some of the questions from the viewers.
I do have a question for Jose. Do you see other brands dropping out soon?
Well, I think this whole initiative, why OnlyWatch was cancelled now or was postponed, is because I think this was an initiative of Rolex, who was participating with Tudor. They basically said, they said they would, the auction needs to be postponed. We need to have certainty that all of this, is proper. And before that, we shouldn't go forward. And I think because of the strength, the power of Rolex, Patek Philippe followed, and other brands followed then as well. So they basically, they had, the auction had to be postponed because the main brands, or the brands with the biggest power in this whole thing, they demanded that the auction be postponed. That's what I heard from Geneva. I mean, it's not 100%, reliable. That's, rumors.
Right. Yeah.
Vimalnir says that they spend a lot.
It makes sense that Rolex would act in this way because they are, originally a foundation, or owned by a foundation, by the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation. So they know this whole thing, and it just makes sense. Also because Rolex doesn't want to be involved in any such scandal. And it's also like, coming back to this whole thing, nobody has ever questioned this whole thing, not even Rolex, right?
Wait, has Rolex donated watches to OnlyWatch?
Tudor. This time there was a Tudor watch, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes. I wonder, but Rolex itself has never created an
I don't think so.
No, we would know about it. As much as we like Rolex,
yeah,
we would know about that one.
Interesting. I wonder if Tudor, if they really did it, if Tudor kind of created a watch from, with permission from Rolex, because
it could be that OnlyWatch is postponing to save us from seeing the Tudor release. It's that bad. I mean, it's possible, right?
Yeah.
Or the Patek Philippe release, because they haven't shown the watch yet.
Right.
There's a rumor that I heard a rumor it might be the new sports model. Have you heard anything about that? They showed it. They showed a case back. The case back's going around on tour.
Of the Patek Philippe?
Yeah, something about the 75th birthday of a guy. I can't remember who.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's basically an homage to the father, right? Of Thierry Stern.
Yeah.
Something.
Tim, right? Tinfoil time. What if AP found a way out because they were worried the auction wasn't going their way and didn't want the domino effect on their other pieces? I mean, also there's a lot of kind of shadiness here with these pieces then going on to become extremely collectible. I wonder where Putavino, who did he get in contact with? Because this is clearly something that watch collectors really, really want. And how was he able to, put this together? Because like we said, like nobody questioned it until now that everything was legitimate. So how did he get away, you know, with such little oversight? This might be actually best for him as well, because if he's legitimate guy and there's really nothing to be worried about, then they'll take their time, they'll fix their books, they'll explain everything, and they might even go public and answer some questions from the public. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely in the realm of possibilities, right? I mean, I think there were just too many people questioning this whole thing, and it could have a very bad effect on the auction, right? If it went ahead. So it's definitely possible.
Okay, 1 second. We got an off-topic question here. I was asked to bring up this watch. Jose, do you know anything about this?
What is that?
I don't know. It's L. Leroy.
Someone wants to participate in the podcast here.
Oh man.
Just like in the Instagram picture you got.
Yeah, that's the same guy, Levante.
Oh, Levante.
Levante.
Is that the name of your dog?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Is that
why
Levante?
I was asked to bring this up, because this watch says El Leroy. Huh. It's like the name of your dog. Sorry.
What's the thing with that watch?
Well, I think it's like the name of your dog. El Leroy.
Levante.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like the name of
It's
your
close.
dog.
It starts with an L.
It's really close. Never mind. I failed yet again.
Looks nice though.
Oh, what breed is that?
It's a Weimaraner. It's a German hunting dog.
I mean,
so they go back to the 17th century. So you have like these paintings of this 17th century German royals, and you see them like with the Weimaraners next to them. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Beautiful dog.
Does he want to go out?
Yes, it's about time to go out. That's why he's like that.
Okay. Let's get like 2 more questions, and I'm gonna let you go. Because guys, the puppy needs to go. Jose, Jose knew that I will be flying today, so he came on the show early before he walked the dog. So I really want to thank you, for joining us today and explaining the situation, laying it all out for us from the beginning to the end, all the facts. I'll try to reach out to Mr. Luke Patavino and see if he wants to come on the show and maybe answer some questions that maybe Jose maybe would like to talk to him publicly. Maybe you have questions to ask him. Maybe people in the chat, will dig a little bit more into the situation. And I also highly suggest that the viewers of the show reach out to Luke and tell him, come on Tim's show. Let's answer some of these questions. Let's put public at ease. If he's got nothing to hide, if it's just all big misunderstanding, it's cool, because I know as an owner of an LLC, man, keeping accounting is pain in the ass. So
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for him to show that everything is the way he wanted it, and that everything is just all these questions are legitimate. And it's an opportunity for him to just come forward and show that everything is just perfectly set up.
Yeah.
And that's what we hope for, right?
Yeah.
Because I really love the watches that come out of ONLYWATCH. And if it wasn't for Mr. Putavino putting this thing together, we wouldn't have this type of auction. I don't know if he got this idea from other like fashion houses or what, but it's truly it's responsible for some incredible pieces that would not have otherwise been created. So, yeah, it's all cool.
I got one more question for Jose.
One more question.
You mentioned yesterday that some of the original Only Watch pieces have been recently sold or since sold from the original auction.
Yes.
Do you know where the Breguet Type 20s are from 2019 and 2020? Because I really want one.
No, I didn't know that.
I think the new releases are terrible. So,
but what happened is that many of the pieces that were sold for amazing prices at this auction afterwards didn't perform that well. So of course the prices went down, and I think this would probably happen with all of these watches, just for the simple reason that people spend this kind of money, because it's a charitable thing, right? It's the same as with the Tiffany Patek Philippe Nautilus Tiffany 5711. That one fetched like 6 point something million at Philips once, but it was, the reason why it went so high is because it was also like somehow connected to a charity, and but regular pieces go for like 1 million, in trading between dealers. So maybe 2 to 3 million if you buy it from them, but what is trading between the dealers is just a different price, so that they can mark up and make their profits.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Well,
Just
man,
wanted to bring up the 2 Instagram accounts here. The Periscope, that's Instagram account of Jose Pereztroika, and I'm dropping the link to.
Is that the real Luc Bettavino?
That's what it says here.
Did he block you, Jose?
I am a specialist in generalities, founder of ONLYWATCH.com, and it's linked.
Oh yeah, that's him. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I sent him a message to come onto the show, and yeah, guys, send him the message as well. Just I want to make sure that he gets the link, he sees the show, and comes on to talk. If he's interested, if he's not interested, or you can look at the kind of questions that people have, and can find a way to answer them. I don't know, through other means.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also, guys, make sure you bookmark periscope.com. That's the website owned by Jose. Here we go. Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see.
Thanks again, Jose. 6 a.m. We appreciate it.
Welcome. It wasn't that hard, because normally I always wake up at 6:30, and then I slowly get ready to walk the dogs at the beach. So hard life, man.
I know.
You gotta send us some pictures from the walk. We want to see the view.
Yeah, I do.
Sounds cool.
That might give his location away, though.
Oh yeah, let's not dox.
I do post from time to time pictures of them walking at the beach in my stories. So yeah.
Nice.
We'll check it out.
Check it out, guys. Subscribe. Yeah, it's. I want to see how this develops. I don't know. I'm shocked. Nobody asked this question before.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing for me. Like that none of the watch brands ever ask for accountability. In this case, it was just everything taken at face value. As said, it doesn't need to be anything bad here, but it's just you need to have accountability, and you need to have oversight, especially when you have this kind of money at your disposal, and also from also for him. I mean, I just don't understand why they didn't put out this information, because they are basically,
if they're legitimate, they should have been putting this out themselves.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be because this is an awkward question. No, it's a hard question. Nobody wants to ask that type of question. Oh, by the way, can we make sure you're legit? That's they should be making it easy for investors by putting that information out themselves, and so that these companies or people who are bidding don't have to feel awkward asking it. It's just it's respect. It's basic human decency.
But this whole thing is set up as it's set up as a watch event. So I also don't think that the people basically bidding on this stuff, they are not greatly interested in research into this disease or in the disease itself. You see it also. They never show pictures of affected kids. It's just like something is like very sanitized, the whole thing. You don't want to show sick people. It's just about nice watches.
Yes.
And there's something in the background. Oh, we're doing good, but it's just
the
parties focus is on the nice watches, on the caviar, and on the champagne, right?
Yeah, well, I understand though. A lot of the the really rich people, they don't want to get those bad vibes, and there's a lot of people, not just nothing against rich people, but like a lot of people, they get like, they don't want this negativity, they just want to focus on the good vibes, they don't want to be thinking about that. But yeah, I think everybody, they should act a little bit more like adults and bring the people that they're helping in to the events themselves, and allow the people that they're helping to share stories. It's hard, I understand, but actually I think it would create an even deeper and even more meaningful relationship between these enthusiasts. I think maybe they're scared. They're thinking, oh, the enthusiasts will turn away. The watch collectors will turn away. They will not want to be among the people that they're trying to help. But I think it's the opposite is going to happen. They shouldn't be afraid.
I should investigate Tim.
Yeah, you should investigate. I'm gonna tell you this: you're gonna find a lot of dirt. You're gonna find a lot of discrepancies, because I collected money for this painting. It was supposed to be like Last Supper. It was supposed to feature like 13 characters. It's going to be expensive, but I was quoted like, I don't remember the exact numbers. I was quoted about like 200, but then I had to change the guy because this guy that I hired, he was just really difficult. He was going like home, and then he said when I come back, so you see it like postponed, right? So I got like dicked around, and then I tried to hire another guy, and he quoted me $550. And by then it was like there was even more stuff going on, so I was really busy. And so yeah, it's been 2 years. I still haven't finished that project. I will though. I will finish it. I promise. Shout out to Mr. GMT. He's waiting in in anticipation. I will deliver someday. So I'm just saying, I'm guilty of it. I know how easy it could be to lose track of accounting. But good thing I have good memory. I still remember it. So, okay. So, hey, Jose, we're gonna let you go. We'll continue the show. We'll have some maybe viewers jump on the stream and react to the stuff that you presented. Maybe they'll feel less intimidated now that after you're gone, to ask those questions, and I'm gonna end it like maybe another hour and a half tops.
Yeah,
cool. And
I will look when I come back. I will see whether it's still going.
And if I get an answer from Mr. Luke Putavino, I'll make sure if he wants to come on the stream, I'll make sure to let you know, and we'll do it properly. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would also be good to invite Santa Laura. I will talk to him.
Sure.
That would be perfect.
Yes. Let's get Santa Laura, and maybe we can even talk to the father of the children that that was refused. If he wants to share the story, I want to know more about this disease.
Yeah. I don't think that he will want to participate because in one of my stories I put a picture of the kid who died, because I thought this is just the emotional side of this whole story that goes to show you how these people are like so careless, actually, despite having gone through the whole thing themselves. And just I found it like a very hard story, this thing, and it wasn't very happy about it, to to be involved in this whole thing.
Right. Right.
I mean, they created their own charity at some point,
Okay. Okay.
and
Yeah.
and I think they managed to
They have
get
negative experience with. They want to have nothing to do with this Luke Portavino, right? And
I don't
but
think
the
so.
door is always open. I'm just saying, the door is
They
always
have there's a
Yeah.
watchmaker who actually created a watch because of this
Mhm.
insider who basically wanted to connect them with Luc Petavino, but then it didn't happen. So this guy reached out to a British watchmaker who created a watch, and this will also be auctioned. I think it will be auctioned next year at Philips, and it will be for this particular purpose.
Huh.
So they found,
They found
luckily,
a
they found
way.
another way to.
That's that's incredible. Like that, an auction that raised $100 million couldn't help but this watchmaker could help this one specific case that wouldn't otherwise be even known about if it wasn't for the charity that was this designed to raise funds to help the people out.
Yeah.
Whoever, by the way, allocated funds to help for direct help for home adaptations and stuff like this. But of course, now they say it's only for local residents of Monaco, which I didn't see earlier. I never saw that. But it's also that the amount that they allocated is ridiculously low. I mean, it's like 79,000. Wait, I have it here. It's 79,000 over a period of 10 years. So it's just 7,000.
They spent more money on the counting
per year.
That's bad.
Jeez.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
They need to fix it. They need to have a little bit more charity towards actually helping the people. The research is all great. It might, and I mean, I understand if the research that comes out of it, whatever money is then made, would go to helping people, maybe like create a trust to help people who can't pay for whatever the medical services that would be needed even after the medication or whatever is created. I understand that, but no, I mean, seems to be for-profit organization.
Yeah, I think they have the opportunity now to demonstrate to all of us that everything was proper. And I mean, if everything is all right, all the best,
Cool. All right, Jose, I'm gonna let you go. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Okay. And if you have any news, you just shoot them to me. You got my number, and I'll make sure to update the viewers.
Will do. Thanks so much.
Take care. All right, there we go. That's the. Oh, hey, Diego, you want to say goodbye? Oh shit, he's gone. Too late.
It's unforgivable, man. Jesus.
Sorry.
Damn God.
I know.
Man,
he'll be back. But what do you think? Your reaction now that we got full story?
I always go back to innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think he did a good job of kind of saying that. So did you. Mm-hmm. It's just not a good look. Like 79,000 over 10 years to actual people that need it. I mean, that doesn't even pay a hospital visit, right? If you don't have insurance for a kid.
It depends on the country. That you're talking about United States.
So.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan that it's limited to people in Monaco. I think somebody in the after show yesterday was mentioning that Monaco is mostly people that visit. Right?
That's a tax
really
haven.
Rich, really rich
that's
people.
Like Cayman Islands. Dude, this is like if Pierre was from United States, locating this company is in Monaco is the equivalent of United States having their offices in fucking Cayman Islands or Ireland.
Yeah. So
it's shady.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I'm more interested in what AP isn't saying. That's what interests me the most. I'm also interested in why FP Journe backed them after AP said we're out.
America, it's over. says, so the individual who blew the whistle is now starting their own company, their own competing charity using the same formula. Conflict of interest. No, he's not doing that. But
I think he said he's a watch insider. I kind of zoned out for a sec. Did he say that the gentleman in Ireland
no, he's
sold
not.
a few watches and help? He created a watch, or what was the story there?
The guy you're talking about,
because the family eventually
Santa Laura.
No. The family eventually received financial help.
Oh,
and it was from the same gentleman in Ireland. He took it upon himself to either raise the funds or something, right? I missed the part if he said that he started a charity. I mean,
so yeah, exactly. It's kind of like but the money actually goes to the people. Like he had, so basically, America is right. A competing charity, like I'm guessing someone who knows the family, some kind of a watchmaker with some power.
It's the guy that originally reached out to whatever his name is.
Well, I think maybe
something. I don't know. No.
Oh no.
Santa Laura he's just a big collector in a foreign country that was like, where's the money coming from, or where's the money going? He was one of the guys that,
asked. So this guy was someone who was significant enough so that when they asked the question, there would be alarm bells like, why is this person asking question? This is a big deal in watch. He's a big deal in watch world, and if he's asking questions, this is a big problem because he's going to be talking to people who are going to lead to even more questions. Yeah. And I guess America is correct. The family was helped by a competing charity that was set up
by the guy that initially
as a one-off.
Yeah, by the guy that initially reached out trying to help him.
Gotcha. Speedy Hernandez, thank you so much for being member for 24 months. Look at this. He got his badge. New badge. Monaco is full of door painting Ukrainian grifters. And guys, this grift is not going well. Unfortunately, shows like this, they're not necessarily freaking ratings gold where super chats are coming in, and unfortunately I need money, Diego. I just spent like $1,300 for Dubai room. What,
Tim? I gave you a member super chat. What more do you want?
What, the member super chat doesn't pay? I mean, it's a gifted member. That was a gifted membership too, though. I bet.
No. How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to see some transparency here.
Hold on. They're auctioning off a watch at Phillips next year. Are you guys listening? Laugh out loud.
Right. Yeah, that's.
And like you said, if the money goes to the family, good.
Right.
And
that's where it should go.
There's no issue. There's no issue with that. I mean, if I was like, fuck, I really want to help somebody out, I'm going to sell my Aquanaut. I'm probably going to fucking give it to an auction house, say this is for charity. People are inclined to bid higher for the good cause.
Right. Yeah.
I don't see an issue with that.
No, I don't see issue with that either.
And the only issues I see with ONLYWATCH is that it's Monaco exclusive. 2, they've spent not near enough direct money to families. I have an issue with that. 3, they didn't help that family. The rest of it, I don't know. I want to know what AP knows.
No, it's like the whole formula is ass backwards. The way the ONLYWATCH is donating money. The 99%, or like 97%, go to research, and the company that's doing research is owned by the guy himself. So he's like funding his own research, tax free. He's just getting charitable donations coming in to do the research that then he's hoping to make billions on.
I want to see this.
I want to see this genius.
Because here's the thing, Tim.
Yeah.
We learned today that ONLYWATCH is comprised of I don't know the dude's name. We'll just call him Mr. OnlyWatch. Mr. OnlyWatch's daughter.
No, the guy. Oh, you're talking about.
I can't remember these weird names.
Patavino.
So there's like 3 people that work at OnlyWatch. How many people work at this research facility for the past 10 years have spent $50 million? I don't know. Maybe $50 million isn't a lot for research. They've got $50 million in reserves, so
well,
clearly
it's all about scaling. Like if you got a lab, you have to know how to scale the lab, bring in different research. But you get professionals for that. They know how to do everything. That's just
they have a reserve of 50 apparently. So the 50 that they have spent on research has been sufficient to keep.
They could be sending that money to other research labs that are closer to the cure. The problem here is that they're not trying to cure this disease. They're trying to cure it themselves.
Are they trying to hit a home run
in the process? Because there are other companies that if OnlyWatch donated that money, they probably would have already solved this whole issue, because maybe they're already close. Because as Jose said, the website that keeps track of all of the labs that try to find cure for this DMD, they're not even listed on there. So it means they're not even competent to be able to solve this problem.
They might not be
super chats. We've got some super chats here. Just
the super chats. No. They could have super chatted earlier. We're having a conversation.
Okay,
I'm just joking.
Daniel Cat, $7. Here's some money. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Daniel. Is really needed, guys. I'm struggling here. I had travel expenses today. I've got some. I'm buying props. I bought. Oh yeah, it's just there's expenses that Tim Wright LLC has. Speedy. Okay. Speedy Hernandez, $20 super chat. Stop bitching about super chats, Timbo. Thank you, Speedy. I really appreciate that. I wouldn't be bitching if I wasn't freaking broke. Broke as pocus. Bringing content to you guys is not cheap. Going to drinks and dinners, it's a lot of money. And then Dubai is going to kill me. I still haven't fully paid for it. So any donation towards the content from Dubai is highly appreciated. Just say for Dubai. You can super chat and just say for Dubai, and boom. I appreciate that. Speaking of appreciation, Daniel Katz, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm emotionally broke. Emotionally, I'm broke. Not the same as your kind of broke. I can't stand being with certain characters on the plane coming back.
Oh my God.
Just personalities. The guy's angry because he's sitting next to me. What's with his? Anyways, that's whatever.
Right, exactly, Daniel. Look, I think you're better just tell me, what do you think about this watch? L. Leroy.
I know nothing.
This is your type of alley.
Oh fuck! I gotta move my car. I'll be right back.
Ooh,
parked the wrong spot. I'm in some random person's spot.
Or a driveway or whatever. What the? I've heard of it. Why are you introducing this to me? It does look nice, but I know nothing about it.
It's beautiful, Daniel. No, you don't have to know anything about it. It's just it's very sexy watch. I like it. I'm not sure about the hands though. I love the Arabic Breguet numerals, whatever.
Arabic numbers.
Arabic. Yeah, Arabic. Yeah. They're sexy. The crown is. I like big crown. Because it's much easier to manipulate the watch than this tiny little crown. I don't know. I don't dig it so much. I wish it was big and girthy.
I like a bigger crown, but it's a small piece. If it holds its own and you can grab it somehow, it's hard to see here. If you can grab it and turn the heck out of it, then I guess it's okay. But I can't really judge from here. Outside of that, I don't know anything about Leroy. Leroy, come over here, Leroy. This reminds me of some kid being called by his mama. Get over here, Leroy.
Okay, yeah, this watch is out. Okay, that was the reason why you shouldn't buy that watch. Damn.
Why? Because of what I said.
Yeah. Though that alone. By the way.
I'm only here for a little while, Tim. I'm not going to stay for long.
Okay. No. I understand. I'm here for a little while as well because I have to go to sleep early tonight. I'm flying to LA tomorrow.
Oh man, your adventure already starts.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. I sent a message to Sean about something, but not here. It's not. It's boring stuff. Just whatever.
Kind of boring stuff, is it?
Oh, just about driving back. Like I don't want to go into details. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
it's just yeah.
Yeah, he'll give you a ride to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all cool.
Then I'll sleep on the streets.
Oh my god.
It'll be just like it'll just be like Hangover 5. What are you looking for, Tim?
I'm just trying to see who's the owner of this here.
Oh, you're talking about this
Instagram
thing? Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, you know who this is, Daniel?
What what am I looking at? You have fun.
Yeah, this Instagram account, Horology Ancient.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Do you know who this is, Diego?
Horology. Why are we looking at it?
Well, I'm just asking.
No, I don't know.
Nobody knows?
No.
Well, this is Ariel Box.
How do I know him?
He's an auctioneer, right? For
Philips. Him, the famous auctioneer in Switzerland.
Yeah. The auctioneer for Philips. So he made this Instagram post. Why have so few publications talked about this? Is it not worth talking about? I think it must be. If ONLYWATCH themselves postponed their auction, if they themselves postponed it, I think it's pathetic. So few of the horological press decided to cover it. And even the ones that did mostly produced quite poor, wishy-washy articles. Yeah.
Hold on.
This is who? Who wrote this?
Ariel Box.
Is that the guy that's super flamboyant when he sells his watches?
Well, he's
Ariel Box, yeah.
Do we hear this? Do we hear that?
That's racist, Daniel. That's racist.
Oh yeah, careful with that.
Oh, okay. No, but I didn't mean anything.
Oh no, it's not him. It's a collector. Never mind. Scratch that.
Fuck
different,
this.
Unrelated Ariel.
It's still a good point though. Let's keep reading.
It would have been amazing. Yeah, it would have been amazing if the actual Ariel Box said something like this.
Okay.
You know, but this collector has 32.8 thousand followers. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Go thank him for saying the stuff that some people don't have the balls to say. Okay. So he's saying, and even the ones that did mostly produce, the so-called investigative reporting in watches is fucking embarrassing. Okay, let's be honest, it's a joke.
I don't read any of.
Yeah, the reporters are paid by the watch companies, or like they're literally. They're not being honest about it. It's a quid pro quo kind of. Not all of them, but most of the stuff I read is just drivel. Can
you do a poll? I think I might be in the minority. Do a poll. Do you read wristwatch journalism? No. Do you read wristwatch journals? Do you read? Yeah. Do you even read it? I don't read shit.
But no.
I'm a picture guy.
You don't read it, but why don't you read it? Why don't you read it, Diego?
Because I don't need someone's opinion to decide if I like something. I just
what
see
if
something,
their opinion was unbiased? What if you knew that you could trust this person?
Fuck, I'm looking at the millimeters. I'm looking at the depth rating. I'm looking at the price. That's it.
Oh, wait a minute. We're talking about apples and oranges. Hear me out, Diego. What you said, there's nothing wrong with what you said, but I want to add, investigative journalism also deals with if something's screwed up, about something in the wristwatch industry and someone's making a comment about it, it's nice to at least listen to someone's, or you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to, but
yeah, that's why I'm asking for a poll, Daniel. That's exactly what I'm asking for. I'm not saying you're wrong either.
Okay.
I put trust because I think it's not so much like you don't read it. If you don't read it, then it doesn't matter. But I think it's like those who do read it, because it's not important whether someone reads it or not. But it's important to know those that do read it, whether they trust it. Because like you said, you probably don't trust it. That's why you don't read it. Like they're not telling you anything that you wouldn't otherwise know.
Right. That's true, maybe, but I also don't care about someone's opinion on. And Daniel has a great point too.
Oh yeah.
If there was an article that said why AP pulled out of OnlyWatch, I'll probably read it. I would need somebody to send it to me because I don't scour these websites for articles.
Okay.
But I don't care if there's an article on the new Speedmaster, if there ever was another one. I'm just going to look at the pictures. I'm going to go, oh, that's cool. And then that's it.
I'm horrible, Diego. I'm making a confession. I'm lousy with manuals over anything. Putting something together. I look at the pictures.
Oh, dude. Manuals are something
Holy
else.
shit. We only got 8 votes. What is happening? Nobody's watching. Damn. This episode is dead. What is going on?
Okay. Let's talk about Vegas.
Okay.
Well, wait, can we just finish what Oriel Box is saying? Can we just go quickly?
Yeah, okay, let's finish this. The articles. It's a damn shame that investigative journalists so often fall to the customers to act. It's not surprising to be our job. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be our job, Daniel. But we have to fill the void left by so-called journalists. There are, in my opinion, there's no investigative journalists in wristwatch world. There's reporters, there's punters who just give their opinion, but they don't ask anything that might, ruffle any feathers. What an embarrassment of epic proportions. How do you find satisfaction in endlessly rehashing press releases? Yeah, it's just press releases. That's it. All right, it's all it is press releases. What watch came out today? What watch came out tomorrow? I understand that it's tough to criticize modern watches because you may or may not lose access to the brand. You may lose access to the parties, right? You don't want to be excluded from the parties. Okay, but refusing to investigate auction houses or vintage watches in general, wow, you're supposed to be collectors' first line of defense. Big shame on you. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to Waco Revolution for providing a platform on Revolution Watch for Santa Laura to discuss the situation. Class act. Shout out to Waco. Although I think it was a little bit too late. But anyways, in any regards, got some balls finally.
I'd heard Daniel say Waco for a year before I knew who he was. I just kept hearing Daniel going, Waco.
Oh,
like, who the fuck is Waco?
He's very flamboyant. He likes to overtalk a bit, but I like him. That's just an opinion. That's not
nothing wrong with that. No.
Yeah.
You are very flamboyant yourself.
Oh.
Damn. Daniel is very flamboyant. Vimal Nair says Tim Red Hodinky is the worst. Well, we like like the thing is, everybody loved the John Mayer Ed Sheeran interview, but dude, that was like a commercial. There was like 3 commercials in there.
Episode 2 of their podcast.
Yes.
I didn't listen to it. Did you?
Oh no, I did not. No, I'm not talking about the podcast.
No. He's saying Hodinky is the worst. I'm just following up with that.
Oh.
Remember, it was like, we're gonna have fucking 10 episodes, and this is the future. I mean, I think it was a flop. I didn't hear anybody mention anything about it. There's a new episode tomorrow. We even know the topic? I don't.
I gotta be honest. I don't have the time to watch. I've been I've been covering other stuff. So that's the reason I didn't watch anything.
Don't worry about not the time, because time doesn't really exist, Tim.
It might be true, actually, because I know we think it exists because we found a way to measure it, but the way we're measuring time is in relationship to two different objects, right? Our measurement of time and our perception of time is based on relationship of sun to the earth, and that's how we think about time. But time works independently, all in the galaxy. And why are we calculating it in such a way that's so dependent?
The pyramids, because of the pyramids. The pyramids
because of the pyramids. Okay,
were a celestial clock.
Thank you, sir.
It's true. It's true.
America says, "You're ruffling my feathers right now, Timbo." Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. Ruffle some feathers, ask some tough questions. I mean, this is a disgrace, honestly.
Are you a Ruffles kind of guy or a Lay's?
I could go for Lay's. Ruffles, they're usually too thick cut and there's too much oil.
I was going to say there's oil, but if there's a dip, you got to go with the Ruffles.
Oh.
The Lay's don't stand up to the challenge.
They're just
I go for what's it called? What's that? Creepy Cream or whatever it's called? Chocolate glazed donuts.
Creepy Cream.
We're talking about potato chips here. What, Daniel? You can't change the subject to Krispy Kreme.
Hey, in Vegas, let's get Daniel to eat a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts.
No, then I'll be really dead. Poor Daniel. No.
But the Ruffles.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas will be true. I'll be in a coffin. So.
No, nothing is gonna stay in Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas is gonna be immortalized on the live stream.
Whatever happens in Vegas turns into troll accounts.
Okay.
You want to know what happened? Just look for the troll accounts.
The most brutal ones at that.
Yeah.
By the way, how are you liking your new troll accounts?
Which one? The suit?
The what? Yeah,
the flying suit. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. It was done before. I think they need another. That you can't do the same joke twice. I feel like this is failure on my part to point it out right away. Like, dude, that joke's already been done.
Should I overdress again? I'll have a gray. I have this gray suit. The one I showed you online.
No, Daniel, you have to dress like super normal.
Do you want an opinion, Daniel? Lose the hat. Lose the hat.
Lose the hat?
You got great hair. You have a good bone structure. You don't need that hat.
Don't need that. It's the only thing there is.
I'll bring the pink hat. I'll just pink hat.
Jesus.
Maldives, 100 pounds. Wow. Super chat now. Tim is the hardest working YouTube live watch grifter.
Yeah, that's right.
Not to mention the most transparent super chat. Thank you, Maldives. Let's see who can beat that.
That's a
I really need the money because they might start coming after me. I'm going to need some lawyer defense fund. The other YouTubers that riffle feathers, that's what they have. They have like a special account where the viewers can send money, and it's like the YouTuber cannot touch it. You send money in there, and then if trouble comes, that's the only way they can be used. Genius, right?
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in, to prepare a fund like this for me, I'm down. I'm all for it. So thank you, Maldives, freaking legend. Yeah. Let's see.
Speaking of bone structure, I thank the compliment, but I just saw, guys, Mick Jagger at 80, like a film clip of him performing. Now, I didn't have a close look at him, but he looked pretty good. Mick Jagger? Performing like his band. Now, maybe he's having a little trouble with his joints, but he was out there moving around.
That sounds fantastic. Okay. Let's play. Speaking of, I was actually requested to play a little clip here for everybody. Mick Jagger has a great bone structure. Can we pull it up? Can somebody send me a link?
Mick Jagger concert, like recently, maybe.
Yeah.
He didn't look
Is
bad.
he looking just? What is he? Is he also doing the Pilates like you?
I think the guy's in shape. He's got probably wrinkles everywhere, but he looks like the way he moved around and danced around and had his guitar on him.
Ben Clymer should not use a fisheye lens.
No, but look at his room. That's like my dream room setup. See, he's got couch there, TV.
Where does he live? Is he in New York or is he like Cape Cod? Or he seems like a Cape Cod kind of guy.
I don't know.
His office is I think he still exists. Is in New York downtown, I guess.
No, this is a house. You see the triangular roof? It looks like
So could it be that triangular part of that fancy red brick townhouse?
Like he has a red brick house in New York.
He could afford it probably, like one of those
He might have a castle too, right?
Could be.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm sure that would be Manhasset or Westchester or something like that.
That too. Yeah.
Can you mute real quick? I'm gonna fix your burps. I don't know why the fucking cars do that.
Oh, that's car when it's going through the car speaker.
Right. Yeah. Unmute real quick, America. I'm just gonna fix your mic settings real quick.
I think I fixed it. I turned off the echo cancellation. Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, there we go.
Gotcha. Okay, guys.
Tim, is your Pepsi on Oyster?
No, Jubilee.
Oh, I was about to make an offer.
Ooh.
No. What kind of offer?
Interesting.
No,
Jubilee is better.
No, it's worse.
Oh. I think this is the way the Rolex intended it, though. This is the way they originally re-released it. It came like this. By the way, the Pepsi on the Oyster has the nickname Dragon. Ridiculous.
Dragon?
Yeah.
By who?
Oh,
who made that nickname?
Long story, man. It's so cringe. It's hard to explain. Profit Realty. Profit. No, you don't know. Okay, never mind. Profit Realty guy. He was one of the first people to unbox, and he's like, "I want to name this the Dragon."
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but anyways.
All right, yeah.
Anyways, here we go.
I digress, Tim. I digress. Do you still have the hat I gave you?
Yeah, I'm bringing it to Vegas.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, and I'm bringing your hat to Vegas as well, Diego.
Perfect.
See, I was gonna ship it, then I'm thinking, what am I doing? I almost spent $7 on shipping. Got to watch those expenses. I bought an extra stick of deodorant and an extra mouthwash. I already had, but I didn't know I had. And the roommate exploded on me. She was yelling.
Is that why you guys almost got divorced?
No. That was something else. We almost got divorced because I yelled at her. I was so tired, Diego. I was more tired that I have ever been tired in my life.
No.
And she came to me and she asked me to book something, it
doesn't matter the price. I just don't want to something here unnecessary and you're never gonna use. I don't want to see just
bring the mouthwash and deodorant.
That's the first one is the hot sauce and mustard. Whenever expired, I have to throw out and you are
so what?
Must be. I don't want to see.
This is the thing. If you buy something and you don't finish it to the very end.
Wait a minute.
You gotta pour water in the fucking body wash.
Hey, wait a minute.
I didn't buy it to use it. I bought it because it was retail.
Wait a minute. I don't mind. I'm on roommates.
I'm booting you.
Oh. Oh.
I'm addicted to spending money. I'm addicted to shopping. What do you want me to say?
At least my shopping.
But it's just a lip balm. It's not even that much.
And if I'm not used, I just didn't. That should not be here.
Does she not know that mustard doesn't go bad?
The mustard doesn't spoil, but they put the label that it spoils in like 2 years. But
Okay.
I told her you can't, you're not supposed
It's
to
like
trust
honey.
that. But she
It's like
doesn't want to
honey.
keep anything that's past expiration date. It's ridiculous.
Tell her they found mustard underneath Egyptian pyramids and it's still good. Tell her.
Mustard.
Well, real mustard doesn't go bad. If it's the fake stuff with all the sugar in it, then it definitely goes bad.
Okay, but wait. Okay.
And have you look at that?
It's actually a really important show. I can't fight whole show.
Hey, start critiquing roommate. Tell her, why can't you keep a job? You're fucking up my team.
Okay, go.
No, who is the one who threw out, who cleaned up?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Hi, roommate.
Okay, we got important stuff to talk
All
about.
right, hit
here,
play.
okay?
Let's go.
Okay.
Watches. And I'm curious. I've seen a lot. Actually,
What, Daniel?
Hold on. Stop. I
Just
want
hit
to
play. Jesus. Fuck.
Okay, go play.
No,
play.
it's too late. What?
I just tell roommate, thanks for finding me. I got lost in that show downstairs. Just thank.
All right, Daniel's gone.
Okay. Dr. Bob's Nightmare. $3.33 for roommate super slap. No, you need more than that. That's like $300.
RM super clasp.
I have
RM
no
super
insurance right
clasp.
now.
That was that's an RM super clasp. You mistyped.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you trust wristwatch journalists? 80% of the viewers, which only 40 people voted. That's it. That's very low engagement. I don't know what happened.
It's okay. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, guys, hit that upload button. Let's get to at least 100 uploads. I could really use some uploads. And yeah, I'm gonna end this poll. Let's play this video. Let's see what's being said here.
people are buying more watches. And I'm curious. I've seen a lot. Actually, was reading the other day about kind of the blowback against e-readers and younger generations to move towards actual paper books and being able to actually pick something up. And used bookstores are popping up all over the country, and rare bookstores are popping up all over the country. And there's this push back to more of an analog world. And I don't know if some of that happens to be a drive towards a time that was more minimalist. Is it a pushback against everything that's coming? But I'm curious if you're seeing anything for that. And is that driving people back to a time where, hey, I actually would value something that's older and that's already here versus something that's new and feels consumptive?
Yeah, I think yes. I mean, I think, blanket statement, yes, 100%. But I think it's that coupled with several other factors. And I think, COVID, we all remember all too fondly, or all too clearly, that the money that you may have been spending on that vacation to Hawaii or wherever with your wife, girlfriend, family was now impossible to spend because, you were sitting at home. You literally couldn't leave your house. And so the idea of assets, like physical assets, just became incredibly in vogue at the time. And it's not just watches. It was wine. It was collectible cars. It was trading cards. It was anything. So there's that, coupled with this idea that all of a sudden these things see inherent appreciation, which is a fallacy, right? Like, that's not reality. There's nothing that sees inherent appreciation. But the consensus was, up until basically 6 months ago, that if you bought, we'll say, a Rolex, a used Rolex at retail or around retail, that it would always go up. And like that, I know that not to be the case. I'm sure you do too, but a lot of people believe that you buy a Porsche, you buy a Rolex at the right price, it'll always go up. So you got to see a lot of younger, kind of like less educated consumers buying products like we'll say Rolexes in this case. Then on the flip side, you have exactly what you said, which is this idea that you're just inundated with technology. You're inundated with.
So I'm going to pause right there. He's calling out all speculation. You see, anything.
They bought Crown and Caliber, right?
I do help you.
They bought Crown and Caliber. That was speculation.
I don't know the story behind that. What drove that? You know more information, Dave?
Purchasing Crown and
When they
Caliber?
bought? Yeah.
They saw a bunch of
I
people
guess it's just a business deal. Okay.
They saw a bunch of people getting rich selling watches, and they bought a gray market dealer during the spike.
No, I think speculation. He's calling out because selling used watches is not really a speculation. It's a business, right? But if that business is marketing used watches which I don't believe Crown and Caliber did, that they were selling watches as assets that could appreciate. I know Luxury Bazaar
nobody.
did. They made tons of videos, right? For example, Timepiece Gentleman is one of the most egregious examples. But now there's also popping out all of these different companies that you can buy a share of a watch. You can invest in watches.
I think what he's saying is why people bought a lot of watches during the pandemic. And he's just explaining that a lot of them wrongly did it as an investment.
Well, they didn't wrongly do it. They were promised that these were
no, not like they did the wrong not that they did the wrong thing, that perhaps their investments didn't work out, is what I mean. Like they bought a Panda at 50.
No.
Right?
I mean, he said that watches are not investment. He said, Alex, you and me know there's nothing inherent in the watch that would make it appreciate over time. You know what that means? It's he's saying like, why should watch appreciate? Just because it appreciated in the past, and a past appreciation is not evidence of future appreciation. Okay, in fact, we're seeing opposite happening right now. There's swift drop in this, but a lot of those watches were sold as, oh, these are appreciating assets. You buy a Rolex, and it's kind of, I think Rolex is very carefully like monitoring how many of their watches are on the market and then how many they're producing, and they're trying not to overproduce because they're trying to control that price on the gray market. But the Rolex can stop doing that any day, and all of this past stuff, they can get a new president and he says we're not doing that anymore. We're starting a printer. We're gonna print the hell out of Rolexes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it will all drop in value. Yes,
that's possible. But two things. First of all, based on what you two are saying, there's still. I'm just on that same lane. I'm being in the same lane here, based on what you said. Chances are, if you buy, it's a boring statement, but chances are, if you bought a Rolex a few years ago, your chance to get some of your money back a few years from now are still quite good. Whatever the markets are, based on what Rolex has been doing and other factors. But now I'm going to get into the other thing. My second thing is these guys just now, we're talking about something bigger than that. They're talking about a culture of new people in the population, young people, and kudos to them, that are going to algorithmic stuff. They're buying out. They don't want to be stuck in technology all the time. So you got boutique bookstores, people buying from there. People are going to the needle and the vinyl record, the record player, vinyl instead of the digital. Like a lot of people want that taste of the stuff from the 60s and 70s again. So they're discussing, maybe overall they're going to come right back to watches, to what you're talking about. But right now, Ben and this other guy, Alex, are referring to a culture war or culture something where people are rebelling to some extent, maybe temporarily, and say, I had enough of this digital stuff and social media. I'm going to go to an actual bookstore and get a book that I can turn the pages on.
Right, because most books online right now, literally, like, they're just trying to sell you some other product. It's everything become.
Well, that's true too.
Most forms of entertainment is just some type of funnel to sell you some other product, and it's so blatantly obvious. It's blatantly obvious when you watch Star Wars that they're including way too many characters just so they can have so many different toys. Like, they're padding extra stuff on top. They're not creating a movie first and then, as.
Okay, thanks for ruining my
Well,
wish.
yeah, that's why.
Thanks for ruining it.
Movies.
You know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off? I just want the phone. I want my music on my phone.
Yes.
I got the new phone. I did the iCloud backup, and I was on a plane, and I went to listen to music, and it said, "No service." And I said, "What the fuck does that matter?" And it's like,
what?
Your
Apple
music's
Music
not.
or which music?
Fuck Apple Music. That uses data. I bought the song. I downloaded it. It should be here. It's not anymore.
Damn.
I have to use cellular or Wi-Fi to listen to my music, and I can't figure out how the hell to download it. And
I want both. I want music on the phone, and I like the idea if
That's it. I'm going back to cassette players. Forget about this bullshit. You know what? We're going
I'm gonna go get vinyl and get a good speaker, like one of those miniature speakers. I like both. Let me put it that way.
eBay.com. Sony.
I'll tell Siri, I'll be like, hey, play AC/DC. And she'll be like, played AC/DC on Apple Music. And I'm like, no, bitch. Don't use my data.
No, that's it. It's over. It's over, Diego. We're going back to freaking analog cassettes.
Give me a iPod. Give me an iPod 2. Do you remember the one, Tim, where like it had the touch wheel and it lit up blue and red? Oh my god! The stainless steel back.
The good old days.
Give me that.
You guys aren't going to further back enough to the good old days.
Yeah,
I still like vinyl with the needle, man. If we get records on vinyl.
iPod is that you need iTunes to sync the music onto it, and I think right now you wouldn't be able to install that version of iTunes. It's no longer compatible.
You can buy like an old ass laptop that has Windows. What is it? What would it be like? Windows
XP.
Windows 7, baby. Windows 7.
Dude,
I remember. Dude, I think I'm on Windows 11. I was forced to update my computer. I was fucking like, no, like anything. Fuck Windows 11. I miss my old start bar and all that to this day, but I think I figured out how to do it, but I have to like click every song and hit download. This is bullshit.
Pain in the ass.
True gentlemen are still running Windows 95, but I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Well, I've got DOS in my secret layer, so.
By the way, you know, somewhere in this interview, Ben also said that they bought Crown and Caliber, so not to sell watches, but to be able to buy watches, I guess, easily, right? To help customers.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah.
The song is not currently available in your country or region.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is a song I paid for, and I can no longer listen to it
because you're not in the country that you have to fly to a different country. It's all restricted now. Man, I'm gonna boycott all the.
You want to play a little more of this, or what?
No, I don't want to play it. But Ben somewhere. I mean, if somebody can find me a time code, I didn't save it, but somewhere he says that they bought to help customers sell their watches. So they were gonna use Crown and Caliber to buy watches from customers, and I guess they were gonna sell them on their own platform. But look, come on, everybody knows that old company, right? They wanna show that this company has so many kind of inputs and outputs, so that it could like sell for the public, to make it to go public.
I'll just say this, a completely off-topic thing. I noticed that Ben, because it's this podcast, is speaking more. I see maybe a greater depth, or he's talking too much. Maybe not talking too much. He's actually pretty smart here. He's thinking this out, and maybe some of what he says makes sense.
This is a small podcast. Look at this. This was 3 months ago, and this podcast only got 563 views. Like, nobody has seen it.
Wow.
I wonder if Ben would like to come onto my podcast, where we have more audience watching live. Anyways, it's interesting stuff.
I'll tell you something. Eric Wynn acted as if he knew me already. I couldn't believe it when I went to say hello to him in Miami. This is a heavy hitter in a way. I know. I saw you on your videos or something. I was stunned. So if he's watching, then maybe Ben is watching us, and he'll compliment Diego, and he says, "I like your hair." Who knows?
I don't. We almost had Eric Wind on a couple of weeks ago. We had a conflict of time, and
Oh, I see. Okay.
I can't remember what the subject was. It was something current.
He offered to come on the stream. I never had like good timing to invite him on. Where I could just invite him on, just talk bullshit or whatever he's up to. But I was just waiting for a little bit of a better
Should I
opportunity.
offer him tickets to the Masters? Maybe we can get him up to Atlanta.
That might be
He
trying
sleep,
too hard.
He could sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Get him drunk.
Oh, damn. That's where it is. Your place. In
What,
your
the Masters?
backyard. Yeah.
No, it's like maybe an hour drive.
Okay, but still, you're still near there. Okay.
Yeah.
MJ says Daniel is still using BlackBerry. It's the pride of Ontario.
And I'm going to see MJ in Vegas.
Whew. So, Vegas is quickly approaching. It's really squeezing me. You know, guys, I have a flight literally in 12 hours. My flight is taking off 12 hours from Meow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's why you're having a short show. Okay.
LaGuardia?
No. Oh, shit. I didn't check. Let me see. I think JFK.
Oh, JFK of all places?
JFK.
Oh, is that closer to you?
I accidentally downloaded U2. How do I delete this?
Uh-oh. That's a big problem.
God, fuck that shit.
You
can finally remove that. Remember that free U2 album that came on?
Oh, pre-installed? Yeah, that
you
was
can finally delete that shit. I love it.
Only now?
I get so much joy out of deleting that. Delete.
Okay, it's JFK. Yeah, I am from JFK.
So you're closer because Coney Island's closer.
We're going to LA first.
Yeah, but you're going to get to. It's better to go for you to get to Kennedy Airport, right? From where you are.
It's closer to me. It's
closer.
Okay. It's a shorter Uber ride. It's like $50 versus $100.
Dude, my Uber ride from your place to JFK scared the fuck out of me.
Why?
The dude was Russian as shit, and I thought he was gonna murder me.
Was it a Russian guy?
Oh yeah.
They drive like psychopaths. Yeah.
No, this guy was driving very carefully, too carefully. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Airport."
Oh, yeah. He was driving slowly?
He was driving like he like knows how to find a tail. He's checking his mirrors every 5 seconds. He'd like look up at me. He's like texting people. I'm like, oh no.
Yo. That's
I'm about to be murdered.
Oh, you've seen too many movies. Okay.
When I was coming from, I was coming with my family from JFK one time. I think it was that time we went to Italy or something, and it was one of the dedushkas from Russian dedushka. He's like 60. He's like Daniel Katz's age. Russian, and he was a taxi driver back in the day. Now he's retired, and he was driving us home. Man, he was just going as fast as he could. Like literally, when he was taking turns, it was taking us out of our seats.
Dude,
really bad. Yeah,
when I
my
bought,
stepdad said never again.
When I bought my, I bought a used Volvo many years ago, and I went for a test drive, and the guy spoke very Bulgarian, right? That's how he spoke. So he's like, "I take you for a spin first, show you how car works." I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, this dude's like, "Do you want to see the turbo?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." This fucker's going like straight up this hill. There's a fucking light at the top of the hill, and I'm just like, "No!" And he's like, "Don't worry, I fly MiG-21 for Bulgarian Air Force." And I'm like, "That's really fucking cool, but please slow down." Like, this dude was hauling it, man. It was ridiculous.
MJ, thank you so much for $5. Super J says, excellent work on the new moniker. What's that? Oh, Commodore 64.
I don't know what a moniker is. What is that?
Oh, it's the name. See it?
It's a new name. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure who would have done that, but it's pretty clever and funny, and whoever did it's probably a genius.
Yeah. MS-DOS, Commodore 64. What am I? What am I then?
What did they have in Ukraine? They had those like little beads.
I had a Game Boy.
They had those little beads that you can do math with.
I had a Game Boy.
Oh, a Game Boy. Man, you're into games.
You had one of those clear Game Boys, right? I remember you were telling
purple
me.
clear.
Purple clear, yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
I had. Do you remember the old Sega? The portable Sega.
Shit.
I had one of those. That was pretty cool.
like this one. Boom.
You got to buy this on eBay and just put it on your shelf. Spend more money. Come on.
I can actually. I think I gave it back to my family. It might still be working too.
I had a Game Boy too, and I had Ren and Stimpy. That was one of the games I had.
Oh, that's a bad game. It's impossible to beat.
Yeah, I just looked at the pictures. I don't know what I was doing.
It's impossible. It's all glitched up. I had the biker.
These?
Yay!
Again, it's too light. There. Wait. Those are Game Boys.
Yeah. That's the original. That's the original Game Boy. That was
No,
like
I never
black
had
and white. I had the color.
Oh,
Daniel's phone is so pixelated.
Yeah. No way. I had the light too high, but oh well.
Oh, okay.
No idea what he's doing. We got Buckley in the chat. Buckley, hop on the stream. Up on the stream.
Oh man.
I'm passing on the baton. I'm gonna go.
Okay, Dan.
Good luck. We'll see you guys later.
What are you most excited for in Vegas, Daniel?
I think it's just going there for now, and I'm excited with. I don't know how it's going to play out, but just roll with the punches. It can be fun, and things can be messy. Roll with the punches.
Good.
That's what I'm excited about. Not have everything neat and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to beat the system. See you, man.
Bye.
Evan G says Daniel showing photos of his jitterbug. Never seen those
either.
And dude, that's crazy.
That was funny when I said Daniel has good bone structure, and you're like, "What do you mean? That's all he is?" Oh man.
We should have seen what clothing he's taking with him for the trip, but maybe we'll ask next time. I'm packing over here. I think I'm almost done.
I love Curly.
Curly, $20 super chat. Tim Wright LLC Circular Drama LLC has officially canceled its contract with Patel Philippe LLC. Never had a contract with Patel Philippe LLC. We are open to negotiations with Original C. We offer our services for your community channel in exchange for the link.
Horological. What's the HH stand for?
So what's going on?
Horological.
I don't know. You better not even give them promotion because I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it. I'm not actually interested. I don't know what. See you. Not interested. Thank you, but no, thank you. Got our own thing going here, so I don't want to have anything to do with your guys' circular drama.
I'm confused. Tim Wright LLC Circular Drama LLC has officially. So did Circular Drama LLC have a contract with Patel Philippe?
I don't even know who Patel Philippe is, so yeah, no idea. So
well, we can drop the link. Can we drop the link for him? Maybe you can explain. Or
not really.
Okay.
Not really. What's the point? What's the point? Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like a lot of money, Tim.
Not interested. Yeah.
Nice.
Not interested.
What watch are you bringing to Vegas, by the way?
I don't know. That's the question, right? We'll have to decide. Let's choose. I can bring
one watch? Oh, you're bringing 4?
I can bring 4, yeah.
I'm on the fence. Do I bring 1 and just raw dog it all weekend, or do I bring like 3?
I could bring either 2, 4, or 2 or 4. Your choice, guys. Let's see. Put in the chat how many you want me to bring. I mean, look, I don't even know. Like, I was thinking I'm going to bring the Community Speedmaster on the rubber strap. Not a lot of people experienced the Speedy, how it works. Yeah, right. I think this would be a cool piece to bring.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking. Everybody was supposed to have pandas by now. Remember?
Everybody's supposed to bring.
Remember Boston was going to have one. Negroni was going to have
Yeah.
a panda. We're all going to rock our pandas.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the Day-Date because I don't think anybody's seen that watch. You guys can experience the sharp lines, and I really just want to bring the Panda because I found a new love with it ever since I got it perfectly sized. But I'll probably bring the Patek too, so that people can play with that. So maybe 3 watches is what I'll do.
3 watches? Yeah. That sounds like a plan. That's cool. 3 watches. Buckley says he has 4 watches. I'm gonna bring a G-Shock. No, Buckley, you have to bring all 4. No, you don't want to lose. Actually, it's dangerous. It's gonna look. If 50 people bring 4 watches apiece, it's gonna be too crazy.
By the way, what a shame that we didn't take a photo of the watches at dinner. But you did take a bunch of photos of the watches individually, right?
At the big dinner?
Yeah, we didn't get a group photo.
Oh, shit. That was a fuck up of the century. Yeah, you're right.
I think we were about to, and then Daniel interrupted with his comedy routine.
Shit. Okay. Next time, we need a list of things to do at this type of dinner. You're right. But yeah, I have a ton of pictures, and I'm actually that's why I'm hurrying up. I'm gonna cut this show at 3 hours, so 24 minutes. Let me drop the link if somebody wants to come on and join us. We're gonna be here for another 24 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I want to know which watches you're bringing with you to Vegas, and yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna bring
and which ones do you want me to bring? Like, if you haven't seen some watches, should I bring Grossman? I don't think so, right, Diego?
No, man. Don't bring the Grossman. Bring your Pepsi.
Bring the Pepsi.
Live with it.
In the Pepsi, it's the same Pepsi. What the?
No, it's not about that. It's about you bonding with the watch.
Oh, but I much rather create a bigger bond with the Daytona. I always bring the Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my main watch, and then I can bring either 1 more or 3 more.
You know what? I'm gonna bring 1 watch.
You bring 1?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. I don't care if people. Nah, I'm gonna bring 1 watch. I don't feel like carrying a bag. I don't feel like going back to the hotel. And it's either going to be the Day-Date or the Panda.
No, you have to bring, I think, the Day-Date. Day-Date, people want to see the 36 Day-Date. The thing is, there's the debate, right, between whether you go Day-Date 40 or 36. And I bet there's going to be people with the 40 and 36, and we can compare and contrast.
Yeah, that's if people can put it on their wrist. Yeah, I think I'll bring the Day-Date.
Brody, $5 super chat. The only appropriate watch to have for Vegas is Rainbow Zodiac. Rainbow Zodiac. Oh, I can bring Rainbow Zodiac, no problem. I can bring the 3 garbage watches. Well, not garbage watches. The mid tier. Actually, this is interesting stuff here. Look at this. Not shit. This is Zodiac.
Is that a Longines?
Longines. Yeah, it is. And
when
that's
the fuck did you get that?
I did some work for a guy.
Can I do some work for a guy?
He's a great guy. You actually. It's actually both. Well, actually, I shouldn't say. Anyways, actually, both of these were for some work. I did some work for this guy. He gave me this one, and I did some work for the other guy. He did this. He gave me this one. So yeah, so that's how I ended up having both of those. But
put the Longines on. Put the Longines on.
The Longines, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a little bit thick. Oof. You can hear the rotor. I can like feel it vibrating inside, you know?
By the way, remind me to ask you about rotor sounds when you're done.
Yeah, this is loud. This is loud as fuck. If this wasn't closed case, this watch can like literally take off and fly away.
My buddy's Explorer 1, his rotor is starting to make sounds. Like zzz, zzz, zzz. Anybody in the chat know what that is? Oh, dude, who is this?
Check this out.
That looks good. Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
What do you
You
want?
all right, Tim?
What do you want?
Look, Tim, I know. I know you're probably a little suspicious. You don't know what's going on. I'm taking you back. I don't want any promotions. My channel's non-monetized.
I'm not interested. I just tell me what do you want.
Hold on. You want?
You don't have to explain yourself. Why are you coming in so defensive?
Well, Tim, I've been studying you for 14 months. I've been doing shows all about you for almost 14 months. I'm your biggest fan. I know how you're going to react. I know you think it's probably a little strange, but hey, Tim, remember,
explain yourself.
Tim, remember, I was the guy that used to give you red super chats before you were a famous YouTuber.
Well, thank you.
So I'm gonna hear me out. I want to give you a little offer. Do you want a dungeon style show on the community channel?
No.
No holds barred. Okay, you don't want that, so that's off the table.
Off the table.
Okay. So what do you want to do then? Nothing? No combine? I need some traffic going to my non-monetized channel. I'm not trying to monetize it. I just need to do some flame throwing. Timmy.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in supporting you guys in any way, shape, or form.
No. There is no you guys. It's just me.
Oh, you.
I'm never part of a team. I'm Team Curly.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're not part of Team Curly.
Hey, I'll charge you what I charged Archie, 0.
I don't want.
What do you got? Let me ask you something. What do you got to lose?
I'm not interested. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not going to support the cause that I don't know anything about.
I just want to do my own thing, baby. I want to rock and roll. I got to grow. I'm not a watch guy. See, I got kicked to the side because I didn't want to go to this Watch Time New York thing, and I'm not a watch guy. I'm a drama guy. So you don't find any value in drama?
0.
Okay. You drive a hard bargain. All right. Well, Tim, I will just continue doing what I do somewhere else.
Best of luck.
Ciao.
All right. Where were we? Oh yeah. The Longines.
Longines. I think it looks good.
Boom! Look at that.
Oops.
It's actually a perfect fit.
You know what? That said, Patek Philippe would be your favorite watch of all time.
But it's a little bit thick.
But even Patek has been known to make some thick watches. You know?
Well,
not like that though. That's like 20 millimeters. That's egregious.
They got mega complications.
Right.
For that, like minute repeater,
egg timer. Yeah.
Perpetual minute repeater, double split chronograph, stuff like that. You know, that's the size. But you know what? It doesn't wear uncomfortable. I think it's because of the strap. The strap, I don't know what it's made out of, but it is really comfortable strap. And because it's just a single pin buckle, as you can see it, there's no weight or any kind of uncomfortableness on the wrist side. So yeah, so you can wear it very easily like that.
Looks good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the I would say bring the Pepsi, but they I don't know. Daytona is fine, I suppose.
Daytona, yeah. Yeah, I think Daytona is okay. I don't know. Should I bring the Doxa or the Speedmaster on the rubber strap? Do you think people are interested in this?
Imagine, no, nobody cares about the Speedmaster. Imagine if you bought a 5167. Just imagine.
5167?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to pay gray market prices for it. It's fucking criminal. I just don't have like that is fit like not that okay, I'm gonna stop lying, but to you guys, I'm gonna stop making excuses. I don't think I'll ever be able to buy that watch above retail. There's just something internal. No, there's just internal. I just can't I can't bring myself. I would never be able to bring myself to do it. You know, it's just there's an internal thing that stops me from doing it. It's hard to explain. It's almost like a reaction, like an allergic reaction that I have.
What would you buy over retail? Name one watch that you would buy over retail or trade over retail.
Buy or trade.
There's got to be something. It's not nothing.
I don't know. It would have to be something good, right? I'm not sure actually. Well, let's go to European. You know, I don't know. Let's see.
There's certain gold pieces that I would personally trade up for, even if it was a little above retail. I think you're getting value with precious metal and stuff like that. I think steel, I agree. Some of this with the steel pieces, the value isn't there unless you buy it at MSRP. But I think you can make it work if it's precious metal and you think you're getting the value out of it that you believe the piece is worth.
Yeah, because you know I've handled the 5167. I think most the people who actually pay over retail value for 5167 have never handled it in their life. And they maybe the vintage one, you know, the one that's kind of discontinued, collectible. Yeah, I could see it. I would much rather do that.
Look, it is a little underwhelming.
That's bullshit. I would fucking never like. Okay, I understand. Like, look, rose gold is dropping in price. That might start going below retail, and that's much better feeling watch in real life. I would, you know, if I was gonna go for 5167, I would much rather go for, you know, the R at this point. They're kind of close, and I think it's still going to drop.
That watch, my issue with the Rose Aquanaut, it is so tone heavy. Like it will only look good on certain people's skin, in my opinion.
The brown one, the chocolate one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then there's stuff like this. You see, like this vintage one, 5066 J original certificate. I think this is the quartz one, right? There's ladies.
No, it's automatic.
What's the size here? 35.
That's the one I tried at Bucher, and I was like, it's too small.
It's too small. It's too small. They had a while back one that
Buckley's right.
Buckley says Smurf. Okay.
Yeah. Smurf stole the show. That thing was insane. I was wrong.
25,000?
No, he's saying those are his target prices.
Yeah, if you have the ability to buy the Smurf at $25K for cash, I would buy that all day. That's a great piece.
Yeah, I was blown away by that watch.
Oh, by the way, I didn't read Kieran Kelly, guitarist, who said 11 months. That's the best looking watch on you, big boy. Thank you. He liked the look.
It looks pretty good on you. Yeah.
Thank you. Very nice.
We've got Mr. Platinum Delta, whatever.
Oh, sorry.
Coming over here.
What's going on, fam?
Hey, Double Crown. How are you doing?
Hi. DC Nationwide in the house. Great to be here. I got some time in between flights, you know, thought I'd hang out for a while.
Cool.
Oh, my God.
You're coming. What watches are you bringing with you? You want to share?
I think I'll bring the Daytona two-tone. I don't think a lot of people see that, actually, very often.
I think by choice.
Oh!
I'm just joking.
There you go. Let's see. Daytona and the diver, of course.
Yeah, you got to bring that.
Yeah.
I noticed you have an
I can't take it off. I know. It's sexy. I like it.
Cool. Cool. Do you want me to bring anything, or Diego, or someone out there to bring something specific?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
No,
I feel like
nobody's
bought any new pieces in a while. Diego, when's the last time you bought like a Rolex or a Patek?
dating.
And Tim, when's the
Yeah,
last time you
it's
bought
been-
a piece? People haven't been getting pieces from the ADs, really.
That
Oh,
kind of
from,
sucks.
from
that-
Rolex specifically, no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been weird.
I haven't. I've it's been a desert for me.
You know
Nothing.
why? You know
No
why?
offers, nothing.
New releases are coming out and we're not getting them. That just means we're the small fish to these ADs. This proves it.
We're not the
Well, what's
preferred
crazy
client.
is we're approaching March again.
Even Jeff hasn't gotten the call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Jeff
shit!
gets so much good stuff.
Oh fuck! Another 34. Steve L, thank you so much for £3 super sticker. He's congratulating everybody on hitting that 100 upvotes mark. Thank you so much to all the viewers, guys. Keep up voting and support the show. By the way, also become members.
Question for you,
yes.
Tim. They have a 5712 Tiffany stamped for 170.
Mm.
No way. I would take the
Where is it?
5811. They have 5811. They have in stock. I'd take that for 155. 5712 steel piece, overpriced.
I couldn't believe how, dare I say, small the 5811 was.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a large. The 5811.
It's 1
have always
millimeter
meant to
bigger.
be-
It was amazing. It was so thin. I mean, it's a good watch.
5712 is pretty thin too,
Yeah.
right? Which
Mhm.
ones are the thick ones? The 5890, 59?
5990, 5980, and 5726.
Yeah, those are a little bit thicker boys.
Yeah. In a good way though, because I mean they also made the bracelets thicker, so it kind of works.
Yeah, because you want it to feel pretty substantial on the wrist, you know.
Right.
You want it to feel like you're wearing that much money, right?
Yeah.
But
5811. I would buy it. Well, how much is the retail? It's like freaking 60 or 80,000 now.
I think it's like 80.
No, 74.
Oh, yeah. See, even
74,000.
retail for me is too expensive on it. So the only watch that I think I would buy above retail would be like discontinued iteration of Aquanaut.
You know what I want, Tim?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Go to Google Images and type 5165 wrist shot. This is I think I want to say it's like a 38.5 Aquanaut. And it's incredible. It's a little bit smaller than the 5167.
Is this the one where the strap is it's not rammed in there?
The one that's rammed in is the 5065, the one that Q has. There was a moment in time when the 5065 got the new bracelet. Look at that.
Is this it? Oh,
nice.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like
something like this.
It's not preposterous, like because the 5167
exactly the same as 5167.
I know, but it's just a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more refined, in my opinion. The dial layout, I think, is
Too
cleaner.
small, baby size. Baby size. It's for a baby. It's too small.
Rosé sized?
Let me.
You know which one is also cool?
It's for a
Singapore edition. Like if those were slightly above retail, not like insanely above retail. It's nice. You don't like the Singapore edition? It's kind of cool.
It's too loud.
You don't have to wear it on the red strap, but you could. Did you see, by the way, did you see PK wearing his 5167 on the red strap? How it looks? Did you see it? You never seen it?
I did.
Dude, it looks insane.
I mean, I love PK, but I think I need to be honest. I don't like the look.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It reminds me of a Supreme hoodie.
I don't get it. 5167 has little hour marker and 5165 doesn't.
What do
Where?
you mean little
Yo, we gotta get got to get RS fan to unbox this on the stream, Tim.
126. Oh, so he's getting the new solid
we gotta
gold.
have him unboxed.
This is with the bracelet, right? Or no, is this Oyster Flex? This is Oyster Flex.
I'm not sure. You have to pull it up.
Yeah, this is going to be an Oyster
It's
Flex
the first
Daytona.
one. I want to see it.
Holy shit! I just did something. Let's pull it up. This is the new Daytona.
Yeah, this is a yellow gold Oyster Flex Daytona.
Wait, someone's unboxing it? What's going on?
He says he's picking it up. It's the first one my AD has.
Oh
shit.
wow. Okay,
But-
I should probably just look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Are they all the same configuration, or is it going to be like this?
I hope it's like that. That's probably the best yellow gold.
That's
I
what
like the
thing
red track
says.
one.
Oh, by the
But-
way, so the way you tell the difference between these two, you see at the date
Yeah.
where the 13 is, there's no
Mhm.
little out. It's just blank. There's nothing there.
It's
But if you
perfect.
go to Patek, if you go to the 5167, it's because it's a little bit bigger. There's
Mm.
now little hour markers behind the date. There's a little bit of loom as well.
5065 or 5165 if you want to be a little bit different, Tim, and still get that. I think it's the same movement. Same strap, same deployment. Same price.
My God.
They're actually pretty expensive.
Oh my God. By the way, we just got some big news. Actually,
Oh,
I like that the model you showed, Diego, more than this one.
Go to
5167. Because you're
go to
right.
some,
those-
see if you can find some images, because it also has, what I've noticed in my research is the dial is way more chocolatey.
Mhm. Okay. Let's see if we go to images. If we try to get some.
So like
Let's see. Perfect. Collective
collected,
man.
man.
Oh yeah, there you
Good
go. It's
photos.
a little bit brown. Let's see. There we go. Wow. Yeah, see, the movement is perfect for this case. And then
Yeah.
they beefed it up a little bit, and then they took it out of the range it was now. The movement was too small for the new case.
See if you can find the display back. Yeah.
Why? What's so special about the movement? I thought it was just regular automatic.
Well,
movement.
the fact that it actually fits the watch. It's got the
Oh, yeah,
Geneva
perfectly
seal.
fits. Ah, yes. Okay, let's get this freak, like this clasp is really reliable because there's so few moving parts. It's just
Mhm.
no intricate mechanism, springs,
Oh.
etc., etc.
I'm gonna drop the link for RS fan. Oh,
Drop the link. He's
There
gonna
we go.
unbox.
Stram.
What?
click that photo with the movement. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm
Click it.
trying. You see what the fuck is it doing? It's fucking with me. Wait, can I click us?
You're
You
about
see
to-
this shit?
Okay, I thought that was
With
you.
the
I was
bull-
like, Tim.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Tim. That looks amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
That
It's
looks
perfect
really good.
fit. It's money. It's money. Let's see what the other one looks like. Oh, it's got
Ugh,
big
it's
ugly
fucking disgusting.
gross, dude.
It looks like a yeah. No comparison.
I'll put them
What's
side-
the big news? You said you had some big news.
I had big news.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes ago.
I did.
You checked on your phone.
Yeah.
You got dementia, Tim?
I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. I just checked the phone.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mr. Tutor to you. He did it. He got. But guess the deal.
Which one is this? Which one is this?
That's the gold one. That's the gold tutor, the most expensive tutor.
Oh, he was doing the
Black Bay.
trade for like the Submariner, right?
For Submariner, no day.
Okay. Oof.
A steel
hey.
watch for a gold watch on the strap.
I mean,
This-
this is more
all right.
interesting.
This
Congratulations.
Watch, let's be honest.
It's
Congratulations. Does
It
he
takes
like
balls to buy something like this?
Does he like vintage Tudor? Because
he's a Tudor collector at heart.
I know, but like, is he only into new stuff? Because like, there's somebody on the stream, I can't remember who, but I think it's a Dear Artifact, right? He's like, I'm never buying vintage. Is Mr. Tudor to you the same? Because there are some really incredible vintage Tudors that aren't expensive.
I've almost pulled the trigger on the Tiger Prince Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 1,000 varieties of them. There's some old Tudor Submariners you can buy with like Rolex parts that I think are really interesting. I'm not saying this isn't interesting. I'm just curious. I'd love to see him, because we don't have anybody in the community buying old Tudors, right? If anybody would do it, I think it'd be cool if it was him.
We got nobody in the community buying new Tudors or old Tudors. No, except Carolyn Martin. She's buying all of them. It's a mistake. I tried to help her out, but I'm on the slow. I'm trying to pay it off, Carolyn. I'm trying. Yeah, it's hard though. It's really hard.
Congrats.
Coverage doesn't really bring in a lot of super chats. What's up?
I was just saying, congrats to the dealer that made the trade.
That was Watchbox.
Yeah, congrats to Watchbox. They did good.
We're losing you. We're losing you.
I like this watch more than the generic Submariner. You know how many Submariners there are? Just there's so many, and then you
not enough. Not enough.
Nah, there's they're a dime a dozen. The Submariners.
The government should just issue them to every household. You know.
They are a dime a dozen.
You better not leave the house without your Submariner.
They're common. They're common. It's everyday stuff. It's common stuff.
Who's all coming to Vegas? Let's run the numbers. Because Boston just typed George V has a vintage Tudor. He's coming, right?
If Mr. Tudor to you is coming to Vegas, I want him to bring this watch. I want to see this. I want to hold it in my hands.
All right, who's coming? George Varghese is.
By the way, George, if you're watching, you have to be at the dinner. You have to come. You have to make it. He's
TG01.
He's trying to get out of it. TG01. I hope he's coming. I asked him if he is, but he gave me a vague answer. He might not be able to make it if we don't put pressure. Yeah.
Marcelo's coming. He's flying in Friday.
I hope not.
We did a GoFundMe behind your back. He's coming.
I'm not interested in seeing him.
I was joking.
Okay, good. Marcelo is dead to me. Fucking Judas.
Is Small G coming?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
No way. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Small G's coming. There's a lot of people coming. It's gonna be a good time.
I was gonna say, how are we gonna manage everyone? It's gonna be
it's gonna be impossible. Somebody's gonna be left behind, but don't get offended. Okay, it's on you. It's your responsibility to reach out to us. Okay, and make sure that you can make it to certain places. It's not our responsibility to reach out to you. It's very hard. There's a lot of people, so make sure that if you don't want to be left out from anything, you have to reach out to people. Okay, don't be shy. Fucking contact people. Contact either Diego or OC or me, and ask questions and stuff. Okay, reach out to people. Don't expect that, somebody's gonna be forgotten. Okay, that's inevitable. And don't get offended. It's not a professional organization here. We're not running ONLYWATCH. We're all.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Ducks in the row. Yeah.
You know what I'll do for the community? I'm gonna go have In-N-Out. I'll give it another chance.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a quick story about that. So I just had that the other day.
Yeah.
And I had a triple animal style with animal fries.
Wow.
And I went back and ordered another double.
Damn.
But I just had it plain. I was like, man, I just want more.
Just the meat, cheese, and bun?
Yeah, it was straight up, and it was actually really good just doing that without the lettuce, and everything.
What about the fries? The fries were a disappointment.
I mean, they're regular fries. Let's be honest.
They're not better than McDonald's.
No, they're kind of.
If I had McDonald's fries,
paper texture,
I think people that say they like In-N-Out fries are the same type of people that say they like that Reshep watch.
Oh,
They're like, you just don't get it. You don't get it. You're not at that level yet. If you know, you know, right? They eat these shitty fries and they say, if you know, you know. It's like,
no, In-N-Out is I like the burgers, but it's not the best fast food. I think it's just like, because you can only get it in certain places, so it's like more exclusive, more in California. So everyone's like,
Is there a 24-hour Taco Bell in Vegas, Tim?
I don't think so.
Ah, fuck.
I know.
Well, if there's one open till 4 a.m., we got to make a run.
Well, actually, let's Google it. What the fuck? Let's not guess, but
I wanna win like $100 playing roulette and go like 10 cheesy gordita crunch or something.
Let's go Las Vegas. Let's see here. Where's the strip? I want to see the win. Okay, let's see.
Has Quick Trip made it to Vegas yet?
This looks weird.
Oh, dude, Quick Trip is the bomb. What's your go-to when you're on the road at DC for Quick Trip?
Well, I usually don't run into Quick Trips when I'm on the road unless I'm in Texas.
Oh, jeez.
I guess Atlanta too, but I'm never in Atlanta. I always go through Atlanta, so it's unfortunate. I have to suffer. It's a burden, and I don't like it. It's a hindrance on my travels. But I actually just found out the other day. You know how some Quick Trips have like the tea at one end and the soft drinks on the other, right?
No, I don't.
It depends on how big the location it is. But basically, I found out they have Minute Maid Zero lemonade.
Oh.
And it's delicious.
Okay, so here we go, guys. There is a Taco Bell behind. Yeah, it's open till 4. That's pretty good.
Hit satellite for God's sakes. Hit satellite view for God's sake.
24 hours.
Tim, satellite view. Come on. I have to have some depth of how far this is. I have no idea if this is 1 mile or 50 miles.
No,
satellite view.
Not a walking
Hit satellite view for crying out loud.
I don't even know where's the button. I don't even know. Oh, here.
Layers. Yeah.
Oh, we can make that walk. That's easy.
What? That's not that easy.
Diego, where are you staying? Are you at the Wynn?
Dude, look at this. We're gonna get lost.
Good.
No, dude, you just fucking take the yellow brick road to Taco Bell.
Dude, like over here, you don't want to be walking here. You're gonna get like at 4 a.m. You're gonna get jacked. Look at this place.
Ooh,
it's shady as fuck.
Why? What's so shady about it?
I mean,
it looks like businesses.
Dude, this
you have cheap
at night.
motels.
This is crawling with escort and not the.
Oh wait, where's this?
The not the beautiful kind.
Oh.
It's behind the sphere. Look at the sphere. The sphere is popping off now. I mean, look at this. It's a scary, sketchy area. So creepy looking. I don't want to be walking here for some Taco Bell. Fuck. And then look, we're gonna order delivery. Dude, look at this Taco Bell. It's in the middle of literally nowhere. The sidewalks are like right next to the highway. The car is just freaking going by at 100 miles an hour.
No, this is a regular street.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, find the nearest football field.
Football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just type football field. It's probably gonna give us the damn Raiders.
Yeah.
Oop.
Raiders are trash.
Clark School football field.
Satellite view.
Yeah.
All right. DC and LV says we have amazing Mexican food here. What about like tortas? I like a good torta.
Oh, the street Mexican food was probably like the tacos. Forget about the like Taco Bell tacos. There's legit tacos outside. Really good stuff. I don't know if you can trust it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's like what's it called when you punish yourself? Gluttony or something?
Mm-hmm. Gluttony.
Yeah. I'd say once every 2 months I just like decide my day is over and I go to Taco Bell.
Punishment by gluttony. Dude. I used to hit Taco Bell all the time, but it makes me really depressed. After I eat, you don't get that? After eating Taco Bell, I get like mega depressed.
So I don't get depressed.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's what have I done because I ate like $25 worth of Taco Bell and I'm too full, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you give me one Taco Bell taco, I'll eat it. I'm not going to be depressed. I'll be like, that was fucking good. I want 7 more. And then I get depressed.
There's just something. There's something about that food that doesn't go well with my brain chemistry. It's delicious while I eat it. It's cheap. I used to eat it all the time, and after I cut it out, I don't get as depressed all the time. Like I used to be really depressed all the time.
You still drinking a lot of soda?
I stopped. No soda at all.
Good.
Super chat from America. It's over $10. Poll Timmy, best burger, McDonald's, Five Guys, In-N-Out, or Shake Shack. Okay, let's do this poll.
Ooh, hot take. When the people at Burger King actually care about what they're doing, it's hard to beat a Whopper.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't had good Whopper forever. In New York, I think they use horse meat in there. This was revealed. You didn't know that? Whoppers
I have no issue with that.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I do. But whatever.
Without telling you, I mean, they're saying it's a beef burger. It's supposed to be a beef burger, but they're putting horse meat in there. They got sued for that. Did you know? Also,
by who? Bunch of jockeys?
No, not. No, but they
all right
for misrepresenting the meat in the Whopper because it contained horse DNA. So, and by the way, the chicken in Subway is 50% soy. It's not even chicken.
There's dim sum in Las Vegas.
I don't know.
What?
MJ $5 super chat. No thanks on the sketchy scavenger hunt. Hello, room service. Yeah. Hell no.
Room service,
dude.
It's like $40 for a burger and fries. Are you kidding me?
Just recognize that this is where I was taking blacked out red shovel through this area to get him to his room. He was staying in the Venetian, and we were partying like somewhere here. And then somehow, red shovel ended up right here. Then I pulled him out. We had to walk all the way around, and we popped out over there. And then we were like walking across this. It was sun, like it was morning already, 9 o'clock. The sun was just freaking hottest I've ever experienced. And we were walking like over here near this 8-lane super mega highway.
Right.
Shit, it was nightmare scenario. And anyways, got him fired. Brody $2 super chat says Fat Burger is the best. Actually, I haven't had the Fat Burger. I was told to check it out, but I didn't. So yeah, it was a recommendation. Seriously.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time. We're gonna wrap it up. Maybe in like another 5 minutes, 8 minutes. Let's do this. Maybe some people want to do an after show. I'm gonna drop the link. If you guys want to hop on and chill in the back room, talk some stuff. I'm gonna be packing, so I'll just probably face the camera somewhere.
Oh, I'm gonna do something before we end the stream. So keep talking.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to LA tomorrow. Really don't have anything to say. Maybe people want to ask some questions. There really seems to be no questions. So,
how do you download YouTube audio?
YouTube audio? No, you have to have premium, and then you can download the songs.
Oh, no way. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I have premium, so
You should be able to download.
where?
Oh, but
Download.
I think you just download the video on YouTube. Like for
No,
example,
I just want to download the song.
are you in YouTube Music?
No.
You're just in where are you? Like look. Just do it like this. Let me show you. Okay. This is how I do it. Okay, why fuck around with it? If you could just go to downloads. So if you're premium, you can download stuff and for example, like here I have Breaking the Habit. I just go on YouTube the music video. All right, you go to the like this. Go to the music video itself. You see there's a download button for offline use. See, download, and you can download it. And
I need it on my computer.
Huh? No. You have to do it from your phone. But if you're using YouTube Music app, that's completely different.
I'm going to show you why. Just keep talking about stuff.
What did I have here? What was I supposed to pull up? I'm not sure even. The watches. Oh, actually, we had the question about the burgers. What's the best burger? McDonald's got 7%. Five Guys got 28%. In-N-Out got 38% for the best burger. Shake Shack 28%. This is the white. So Five Guys and Shake Shack are 50-50. You know, me and Red Shovel actually went for burgers for breakfast in before watch time. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, you guys were eating fucking burgers at like 11 o'clock. Oh my god damn.
Look, it was like it was 11 o'clock. I figured, you know what? It's too late for breakfast. It's too early for anything else. Check this out. I didn't want to get anything that was too unhealthy, even though I get it. Like eating a burger, like how is that healthy? But check it out. I mean, I haven't had Shake Shack in a while, and their burgers, they actually look super classy. I would say it looks like a Krabby Patty, like it's a cartoon version of a burger. It's very simple. High quality meat, piece of cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, mayo, boom, boom, boom. It's not amazing. Okay, it's just a simple, classy burger. What else can you ask for?
Crinkle fries. I like crinkle fries. Those are good.
Man, look, I didn't even have time. I was still taking a picture.
Look at Shovel's bites.
It was already done.
Look at his bites.
He was done in like literally 2 seconds. I looked down to take a picture, and in the picture, he's already halfway done. By the time I checked that the picture was good,
his bite looks like the rotor on like a watch.
On the Patek Philippe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. That's freaking funny.
What I'm trying to do is upload your outro song to the brand.
I see it.
Because literally every time you start the show, you're like, "Hey guys, upvote." This is what we hear. We can't hear you.
Yeah,
every time you leave, can't hear you.
I get it. Okay, that's genius. Smart move, Diego. Very smart move.
Add music.
Chuck flew up, says seeing the Las Vegas food discussion a little late. Lotus of CM, one of the best Thai restaurants in the U.S. You know, we had the community dinner there last year. That's where the community dinner happened. Red Shovel didn't like it because it was not steak. Oh, wow. Shit.
Right? You can change the volume. Still hear you?
That's sick. Yeah. Sick.
Uh-oh. Gotta restart. That's the problem, is I don't... Okay, yeah. Alright, it works. Anyway, he didn't like it?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Red Shovel strikes me as like a chicken fingers and fries kind of guy.
I had pictures somewhere from the Lotus of CM. I mean, we're not going to be going. It's really freaking good. The food was just out of this freaking world, man. I loved it. That's the day I fell in love with. I never had like good Thai food. So when I tried this one, I liked it so much, especially this soup, the tom yum soup. Good stuff. But yeah, Red Shovel, fortunately, it's not his cup of tea.
Buckley has a point. Whoops. Yeah. Is there any reason for us to leave the win?
Not really. Why would there be a reason? Sometimes people go to because some people are going to be staying at Caesars, so we could go and hang out at Caesars with those folks. But I think they should come to us, right? Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, that's like you tried to save money by staying at a cheaper property. That's on you.
Cheaper property. That sounds so dirty.
I would have much rather stayed at the Caesars. Okay, it's half the price. It's literally
no, it wasn't. Not when I booked.
I was forced.
When I booked, it was fucking expensive.
Yeah. Well, I'm splitting with 3 people. So Daniel Katz is staying in my room, and R2K002 is staying in my room. So I'm splitting. That's because I know I'd rather split and stay at the the founding location.
Right.
So
that's gonna be fun.
Best. It has got the cleanest restrooms. Like you go into the restroom at the Wynn. You're kind of safe. Other places, I don't know.
Jeez.
Yo, did we end the show yet? Okay, 1 more minute. 9:30 New York time. Let's drop a final link, guys. If you like the show, hit that upvote button. If you want to support the show anonymously in the background, you can use the PayPal link that's in the chat. Upvote, become members, and join us live on these escapades. Come to Vegas if you can make it. Listen, there's some people who they don't care. They can come last minute. It doesn't matter to them. So come to Vegas next week. It's gonna be incredible. Oh, hey AKB, I'm ending the show. You're just for the after show?
Correct.
Okay. Play the outro, Diego. Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you both.
Okay, that sounds good. Dude! Yo, this is good. Good thing you installed this shit. Yeah. I don't have the time to put this stuff. I'm busy guy.
That upvote button.
I was doing shit too.